Lat B, where MMA and UFC get silly. This is the Lat B Podcast.
Welcome back. Lat B, episode 244. Some might call it our EP-osode. We're going to have special guests for this special episode with Ricky and Buddy from MMA Marks. Chaney's going to fill us in how it's going to go down.
First, we are going to do the first ever cross of streams. So we will recap with our special guest, UFC São Paulo, Brazil, and go over what they think. I hope you're prepared for a long show today, because you're going to get one. Because we, of course, get off topic. There's a lot of MMA fight nerds all in one chat, so that happens. And then we're going to come back, so stay till the end, and we'll be back and talk about some Twitterverse, because we have no fights. So
that's right. We got a little time to experiment, so it's definitely evolving. Let us know what you think when it's all said and done.
I think the clever name Crossing Streams was your idea. I think you should officially introduce it.
Thank you. We will be crossing streams with MMA Marks. Enjoy. Little extra content for most of the fans. We got MMA Marks here, Ricky and Buddy showing up.
What's up,
Hello, guys?
Since the last show, we ended up having the recap, or we were going to just actually talk about the weekend that we just had over in Brazil.
Yeah,
is it São Paulo? Yeah, it was São Paulo.
Brazil.
Recap first. Bullshit or recap? Recap first?
Recap.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's recap it.
Okay, sorry.
Did I jump the gun?
No, I think it's perfect.
So,
that's how I always butt in all off out of the way. He always is professional, and I'm like, what's going on? Did you just wake me? Sorry.
So, did you guys watch the beginning fights? Did you guys miss any of them? Were you guys on from the beginning? A lot of people have extra lives. I don't personally.
I see them all.
I missed one. I missed the Kraus Moraes fight.
I didn't give a shit about the first two fights though. Everybody said they was good though, but really blah.
They were not good. Those fights were not good. I didn't preferably really care for him. Cortez, everyone likes her, but it's her Instagram shots. Everybody knows that.
Oh yeah, it's that ass. Ain't no lie about that.
Yeah, buddy.
Her and who else? Laredo for Bellator. Have you seen her shots been coming out lately?
No,
I think so. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, I know. You need to get on that. That's that tape study. That's that deep tape study. Watching all the prospects coming up.
Laredo.
All you gotta do is follow like these Instagram pages like MMA Cheeks. It's like random ones like named that. They post all these like girls that are MMA. Sometimes they're not even like in any like big promotion, but they're posting them anyway. It's fun.
Yeah.
I didn't remember the fight at all, but now that I went back to it and I'm like, oh, Cortez and Mello. I just couldn't believe, I don't know if they, 135, I just can't believe they were fighting at 135. They look thick.
This was the Brazilian weigh-in that happened where they were both 0.7 over, and the Brazilian commission came in afterwards and said that the scale was off, so everybody else cut 0.7 pounds the entire card.
Huh.
Does that make sense?
That sounds like a little fuckery.
That's nuts.
And Brazil always has sketch.
Conspiracy?
It makes me so irritated. Sometimes I want to tweet out Colby Covington's right about Brazil.
Yeah.
It makes me so irritated, some of the picks.
I'd be afraid to like say some stuff on Twitter and stuff because I feel like everybody's so quick to everybody jumps on that bandwagon of attacking somebody if they say some shit like that isn't like, and they say the unpopular opinion. Like, nah, if I just say some shit that's gonna piss everybody off, like I'm like, I can't tweet nothing, dude. I gotta censor myself because everybody's offended.
I took unpopular opinion off, and it's all about the memes afterward. So sometimes I'll just word it in a way that I'm like, it's really an asshole thing, but I'll be like, nerd, look at this nerd face. Or it's all about the GIF after it, or GIF, but it says that the peanut butter.
Yeah, but you can't take them back. I noticed you start saying something and then you take it back like, oh, I was just kidding. No, you gotta say it with your chest. You gotta stick it all out there.
That's me.
Yeah,
That's me. I feel I don't like hurting people's feelings.
You gotta commit to that shit.
You gotta commit to it.
Okay. I just go full force. So it's coming. I know the big pink weenie in there's been getting it on the Fight Pig Championships lately.
Yeah.
That guy.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
That one-eyed bastard. He's got the all-seeing eye, and that's it.
Oh my god. Who the fuck seen that coming?
Right? I actually called him as my dark horse a few episodes ago. I was like, this guy, he sees something. He sees something we don't see, you know?
He's been on that wrestling tip for so long, like he's calling it.
Not, I mean,
depth perception.
where he got me is like this is back when I used to just watch him as a fan on streaming because he plays a lot of Apex and streams it. And he was talking to me about MMA, and then he started like messaging me. But he was saying Stipe was definitely gonna fucking whip DC's ass. And I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. And then it's just like he's so quick to call a lot of fights, and I'm like, dude, you always get me on the ones that I'm way sure of. And like lately here, I just been being asked myself.
You can't do no worse than me.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what we were just talking about. Everybody, no matter how, because he coasted where he never had the highest high, but he never ever had a low. He's just been coasting right there in a chill spot in the first booty week.
Was it at the bottom though? Was it all the way at the bottom?
Hey, I still didn't go to the bottom. Well, no, I went to the bottom once, right?
Yeah, you had like 5 points last week.
5 points, and that's it. I mean, I can only go from there.
Yeah. So
there was robberies.
Yeah.
So we got Tracy Cortez. Then we had Ariana Lipsky versus Veronica Macedo. Is that right? Or what? Okay.
No, that actually.
That fell out.
Yeah, Macedo got kicked off, right?
Correct, and it was a short notice replacement, Isabella de Padua, on 24 hours notice, who missed by 3 pounds.
Yeah, like she had a shot. I mean, that was just a lamb for the slaughter.
I never thought she had a legitimate shot because of her
he texted
single.
Me.
Yeah,
I
single.
think he put out a tweet too.
Yeah.
Lipsky has no ground game, and this girl will take her down over and over again.
And this, if the 1 point wasn't taken away, it would have been much closer than it was in there. But for a 1 day notice, that's a UFC veteran in there who I think barely won that fight.
I don't know if Lipsky's a veteran.
Yeah, well,
She got 4 fights in the UFC.
She's she's new. She's newbie.
let me just say this: neither one of them have a killer instinct, and that's what literally just turns me off on watching them. I'll literally I'll just look at my phone and shit when I see nobody's really going for it.
It gets where it's like, oh, I guess I'm gonna go and do some chores and come back and look at the fight, especially when they're on a weird time of day. I have to do other stuff, or I'll fall out when they're boring.
Right.
I'll fall asleep and I'll miss a good fight like Kenan Barao. I'll miss the next fight because this one was so boring. I'll be like, damn you.
First D'Andrade, Kenan Barao came in losing a decision again. A lot of people thought this was going to be a finish. I did. I was all over D'Andrade thinking he was going to be able to lock it up.
I think I did too.
Kenan Barao ended up getting a decision. Still looked like a ghost of himself, though. That's still not the champ I knew.
Oh, no, I had it.
Burrell lost that fight, correct?
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nervous because it's like, Ricky, your notes are wrong.
Yeah, I was looking at him like, no, Burrell lost that fight. Yeah,
I was pulling for my boy.
Burrell need to switch up camps or hang him up.
Well, so going back to World Winning Federation or Alpha, he actually always told me, because I'm kind of big on Burrell. Like I was a fan back in the day, so like it's hard to let go of your your top guys. But he said ever since USADA got involved, Burrell's been looking weaker and weaker. And I'm like, fuck you, man. You're right.
Everybody. There's multiple guys I constantly fade because of USADA, unless they're in Brazil or Russia, because we've seen how that works out when they're
Russia. They don't give a fuck in Russia.
Burrell looked pretty good, so maybe he did get past everything. He didn't look that bad to me.
Really? Did you see the fight?
Bro,
Yeah, he got beat to shit.
He got his ass whipped.
I'll have to rewatch that fight.
3 rounds.
Barreau got his ass
I was
whipped.
surprised he stayed together. Like,
Yeah.
I, again, thought, woo. So, Barreau looked good, though. He moved up in weight finally, but I don't really want to see him again.
Neither do I.
I've been known to be a super biased judge. So like when I'm judging a fight, if I like the guy better, they won. If they landed one punch through the whole fucking round, I'm like, damn, did you see that one punch though?
Just like I think Barreau had more output.
Yeah.
He was pushing the pace more, but he didn't. It was like he didn't have the footwork or the setups like he used to.
Fuck it, it was the power of the mullet that helped the dude.
Yeah, that is true.
Always legendary mullet for D'Andrade there. That guy, how is he not a villain in a movie? That guy's cheekbones and his structure, he looks like he's ready to be, who's that red face in Captain America?
Oh, Red Skull?
There it is. His cheekbones are just like, woo!
He is all sucked in.
When I seen him, I was like, oh, is that little Tom Poe? It looked like Tom Poe from Kickboxer.
I thought he had a weave on the back of his hair.
I can see that being Tom Poe.
I didn't like his hair. Fuck him. Fuck him. He looked old as shit. He was young. He's younger than Barreau. Looked old as a bitch.
He's been through some shit, man.
He's older than Barreau.
Oh, my bad. I said that backwards.
Yeah, he's been through some shit, yo.
Or maybe I was thinking that because Barreau's been fighting
Looks
around.
old.
Maybe.
He's got that Brazilian passport. You know he's 45.
So what about Worley Alves versus Randy Brown? I called this fight completely wrong, way wrong. And
I did too. I had Alves.
yeah,
I guessed it right.
yeah.
I got Randy Brown as well, just because Alves quits a lot. He's done it a lot in other fights. Only when he's a front runner does he do well. And Randy Brown's really tightened it up. That freak shot that Nico Price got him with, that's freak. That'll happen to
I
anybody.
felt like Alves was winning until he
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie. He was talking so much shit.
I was talking
And
mad
then
shit.
I went back at him so hard. I was like, "What now? Don't you ever fucking doubt me."
Randy Brown was choked out in that first round, choked out completely,
I didn't see it.
and he just squeaked out just a little bit.
Hey, that's the power of the Brown, huh? Brown pride or whatever. Shout out Kane.
That's the wrong Brown.
They all brown to me.
He's a little darker than that, son.
Fine, black pride or black power. I mean, what do you want me to say, Rick?
Nothing. I don't want you to
I was
say
trying
nothing.
I was trying to be cool with y'all, but I guess I'm too white to be part of that party. Sorry, guys.
Oh my God, how are we related?
Grampy, back where you at? I need you.
Go get your hood. Go get your hood.
Oh my God.
Little off topic. Who's your guys'? As you guys were saying, fuck these fighters and whatnot. Who's your most despised fighter? Who's the fighter that you hate more than anybody?
Fucking John Jones. I hate John Jones with a passion.
How loud was he?
I fucking hate John
He was
Jones.
way too excited.
Really hates it.
I fucking hate John Jones.
Who do I hate?
I
hate everybody.
I
though.
thought you hated Roxy pretty bad.
No, I only did that
hard
to.
on Roxy.
I only did. I honestly, and like I even said this to Juice. I said I'm only doing this to fucking fuck with you. I said if I'm going too far, this is back in the day. I was like, dude, if I'm going too far, let me know, because I'm only just trying to have fun here. So, and you know, I backed off a little just because I felt like his feelings were getting hurt. He said it wasn't, but whatever.
Yeah. That's
The same. I like Roxy, but I just am all about talking shit. But
I don't despise her at all. Like, but so like that's wrong in that aspect. Who do I fucking really hate? Fucking Costa, dude. He's a cheating ass bitch.
Oh yeah.
Fuck him, dude. He kicks everybody in the balls multiple times every fight.
Yeah,
like
he
ever
does.
since the Uriah Hall fight, he kicked Uriah Hall in the balls 3 times, bro. And I heard people even say like, "Oh, even if those strikes didn't land, he still was whooping his ass." Fuck that. We don't know. We don't know because it didn't fucking happen. And I would love them to run that shit back.
So who do you hate?
Uriah Faber.
Faber's kind of a dick or whatever.
I don't like Yair Rodriguez so much.
Fuck
Oh,
him.
that's my boy. I like
eye poking son of a
Yair.
bitch.
I like
Fuck that
Yair.
eye poker.
I'll take it all day.
People though, like I like the people that turn heel.
That's right.
But I'm not down with John Jones either. I could give a shit if he loses.
John Jones is the greatest of all time.
He
He has
is.
a point. He has a
is.
point. You have a point there. But I would say Jessica Evil Eye. It's just been a long time hatred she's had
I'm
here
okay
in
with her
Latvia.
now.
How did you like that Shevchenko? Or
Hold on, she blocked Joel,
Shevchenko?
right?
Hell yeah, she blocked
I thought
me
I
for
saw a
good
tweet
reason.
about that.
Since our first episode, our number one fighters, well, we had Gamebred and Valentina since years ago now.
Okay.
And so to watch them both come up like they are now is pretty, like everyone knows Valentina now, but they didn't back then.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, she'll lose to Amanda. She'll lose to Amanda. It's like she has a far smaller woman.
Mhm.
Far smaller.
Yeah.
And she's the only person that we've seen fight Amanda and not get
Yeah.
knocked.
I would have loved to see Valentina take on Rousey back in the day. I would have loved to see that decimation. Oh my God, that would have been
The way
great.
that's going.
Yeah, we don't need to see squash matches in UFC. I don't think.
But
You know,
they're
'cause
fun. They're fun to watch, though.
I agree with that. Sometimes you do need to see some squash matches.
Well, that's why everybody was crying for that fucking one kid that was getting his ass whipped by Mike Davis.
Oh, the Jesus boy.
Yeah,
we were there. We were in the crowd.
yeah, and everybody
We
was
were
crying for him.
left.
That's a squash match like a motherfucker. So I mean, see, it doesn't work.
Also, it makes me, when you're at the live events, you know how they play the Teenage Wasteland?
Yeah.
No,
they're
never
playing
been to one.
something up there, and they play like this little montage of UFC
For the
things.
pay-per-views.
When I see Rhonda, it hurts me in my heart, like because I feel like she's like that lover that you just came home and all their shit was gone. You're like, what happened? You never even said
I
goodbye.
didn't even know.
Yeah, like,
I'm like that with TJ.
like, I thought everything was good.
TJ Dillashaw for me.
Oh my God, yeah.
I didn't even know. I thought I was doing everything right. Oh, I miss TJ. Do you think he'll be back?
I hope.
It's hard to say. I mean, he's gonna have to do.
Now he'll have
serious
picograms of
comeback.
EPO. Let him-
Everything, exactly.
Let him
You
fail.
think
Let him fail.
Rockhold
Fuck it.
chin now? That Luke Rockhold chin.
Fuck Luke Rockhold.
Everybody can agree there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't hate him as much as everybody else, but I like getting involved with it.
I don't understand how one person can have such a glaring hole in his game by dropping his left hand his entire career.
It's his right hand. I think. Yeah.
Whatever, his lead hand. And
Right.
and he never fixed it. Like, what the hell?
It's that tall man defense. They get their head out of the way, but then it's like, no, you're in with a professional who will find that chin.
It's
Right.
that ego.
Yep. But you have a great point. Have you guys trained in any type of martial arts?
Yeah,
He raised his hand. Can I speak?
yeah. I've done a lot of jiu-jitsu. I did a couple competitions. Did a national competition and took third one year in 2009. But other than that, fatherhood has taken its toll on me. So I haven't been in the gym in a long time.
Should I tell him my credentials?
Yeah, tell them your credentials.
700 street fights, yo.
That's dope.
Never
That's
lost
dope.
one.
Not one of them.
Nah, not like it's a real thing, but I actually used to train to be a pro wrestler back in the day for like off and on for like 2 years.
Like the WWE wrestler.
Yeah, like when I was like 16 to like 18, I was doing that thing.
You might as well have just gone into MMA. It's easier on your body.
For real.
Well, I got out of it, whatever.
Have you?
Wrestling is rough.
I'm not into it. What do you guys do?
No. He's done everything.
Yeah, I
I just
dabbled
hung
in
out
all
with
of
him
it.
long enough that I started watching fights.
She was an athlete.
Enough sports and stuff. But
Yeah.
I would do jujitsu, but I feel like it might be bad on my knees and hips.
Yeah.
On your back.
Yeah.
On your back for sure. There's many a times.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Lower
I'm not
back for
opposed
sure.
to it. I definitely would like to do it in my life.
I
But
try-
my brother wrestled.
That's
I
awesome.
dated a boxer. Yeah. So I know a little about fighting and growing up watching boxing, but I didn't even like MMA. He's watched it forever.
So I know this sounds really weird, but everybody should get choked out at least once in their lives.
I've never been choked out, and I won't be.
I have, because you know that stupid thing that kids do where they like.
You ain't put me unconscious.
I mean, when your vision goes from this to this, and then you're out, It's the weirdest. And then when you come back, oh my God, it's the weirdest, greatest high for like 2 seconds, and you don't know what happened. It's the weirdest thing.
Some freaky shit. He's into some freaky shit. Best orgasm of your life, bro.
You're gonna find them hung up in the closet.
Oh yeah. I ain't fucking David Carradine.
Yeah, I seen that belt. I was wondering why he had a belt that would fit me.
Handkerchief.
Oh shit.
Yeah, me and him have sparred before though.
Yeah, you lost.
I didn't lose. The
lost.
fight got stopped. Doctor stoppage.
Yeah, you rolled away from me like 3 feet because I punched you in your face.
I was mid-air, literally giving him the fucking haymaker of my life, and he went. And I woke up as I was standing back up, and I'm like putting my fucking. It's the first time I ever put on boxing gloves, by the way. Put my shit up, and I'm like, I'm good. And my mom's like, no, fight's over. This is in the backyard of a party. We're hillbillies. and there was blood just pouring down. I'm like, fuck that. I'm still ready. And everybody's like, no, you're done. He wouldn't fight me because I still was trying to fight him. He's like, nah, I can't. Your mother will kill me.
I got 5 years on him. I got 5 years.
Yeah, I was like 16 at the time. He's like fucking 22.
Oh, damn. That's
So-
abuse.
That's what I'm saying. I said, I can't fight you, man. I'm just going to boot one time and it's over. It's not right. It's not fair.
Shit happens. I was still ready to go. It's just like Diaz. I was still ready to go. I was just getting started.
Yeah, street fight, siblings. I've done all that.
Yeah.
But he's fought in the octagon in Portland for amateur fights.
It was amateur. Chael
That's
Sonnen
still cool.
organization, the FCFF out there. I definitely went undefeated out there, but it's too hard of a life.
Yeah, well, I mean, amateur is basically the same thing, just not getting paid,
Yeah.
right?
They're
Unless,
still fighting.
There's also no elbows. A lot of promotions don't allow
yeah, but
elbows.
I think even in professional ones, a lot of people don't allow elbows.
Aren't you guys down in Florida?
Yeah.
We are. So it was long ago in that 2009 time when I was a blue belt as well. And
Right.
it's been many years then. So, yeah, my competition days are long, long ago. So
I
just watch everything I learned from that and I watch it and I'm like, dang, I wish I could move like that.
I thought Florida people like rules off. Like they didn't give a shit down in Florida.
Kimbo Slice, baby. Where do you think Montreal's from?
That's what I thought. I thought they didn't give a shit down in
It
Florida.
was over at the Kimbo section, were you?
I know we had to go to Virginia to get a good decent fight before they legalized it here. They didn't legalize it in Maryland until like 2012. It was a long time. Yeah, it was a long time before they legalized it here.
I feel like we've gotten really lucky where all of a sudden we're getting whatever the deal is for the UFC, or maybe it's sales tax or something. There's no state tax here. There's got to be a reason they keep coming back to Florida. I feel like we didn't get any fights for years. And then, yeah, we met out in Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
but
Jesus.
yeah, we both live in Florida now. And
It's cool.
the first fight that we got tickets to was like $130 for a ticket, $150, something
Nosebleeds.
insane in the nosebleeds. And then the last fight we went to, $60 a piece, and we were like,
11 rows back.
yeah, it's so close. It was unreal.
Wow.
So it's like they're getting cheaper too,
So
because I think ESPN's better. It's a way better promotion.
yeah. So have you guys have been to amateur fights and pro fights, right?
I have.
Okay.
I even coached as well for a little while.
So like I've only been to amateur fights. I've never been to a UFC pro event. Is it much different than the amateurs?
Yeah, production value. I mean, commissions. Just you'll see in the amateur scene, just guys that don't know how to tape hands, trying to tape hands,
Oh, yeah.
like hands being taped wrong. Just really weird stuff in the back going. Guys having their own rituals and people freaking out. There's a lot of people that are like, "You called my mom this. I'm out of here. I'm not gonna fight you," and they storm off, and it's like, oh,
Like Michael Chiesa.
yeah.
Don't you talk about my mama.
Oh my god.
Then I'll get choked out. I didn't tap.
Oh shit. So what about Francisco Trinaldo and Bobby Green?
Said it was going to be a dirty split, and of course, Bobby Green is the king of dirty splits. That's all he does.
That was bullshit.
Yeah. Trinaldo was given a gift. I thought they give it.
Bobby Green won that.
Yeah, I think it was close, but I think Bobby Green did win it. But Trinaldo was the homeboy, and he got the gift.
And part of the thing you got to take into the equation. Like, that's what we talk about it before the fight. Like, where's this taking place? Do we have to worry about altitude? Do we have to worry about a dirty commission? Do we have to worry about dirty drugs in their body? Like, sometimes fame's a factor.
Yeah.
It fame's its own country. If you're certain fighters, you get away with different stuff.
100%. I agree.
Less fighter than Nate Diaz, that fight would have been pulled.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got Ricardo Ramos, and I can't even pronounce that guy's name. I'm not even going to try. It's like Louis something.
Eduardo Garagori.
Garagori. Okay, that's...
Garagori. Rear naked choke submission, round number 1. I mean, a guy off of one fight winning coming in against Ramos, it was a reason he was a 3-1 favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just seen the names. I was like, Ramos is gonna whip his ass.
I had Garagori on the podcast.
Shut up! Why?
Me too. No, me too.
I changed. I was smart enough to change that weigh-ins.
Me not.
I was
Me not. I was like, he's undefeated for a reason. Fuck it.
Me not change pick.
So do you guys do any tape study at all before you break down your cards?
Few times we have, but a lot of times we'll just go off of past if we remember them or not. Because I mean, really though, I mean, it ain't like we're like super trying to be super correct, but you got to give us a reason to remember you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like we'll look at your past fights and we'll look at a cup, see how it went. But I'm not like studying like technique or nothing on guys a lot. If I know the guy, yeah, I'll study technique. But
yeah, a lot of times I'll be familiar with enough.
Yeah,
you know.
And then
I do a love-hate relationship where I get stuck in video holes of fighters and I just pick apart random stuff and it's 1 a.m. and I'm like, I need to go to work. What am I doing? Just watching. It's just what I enjoy to do. I don't know. I'm wired different.
I'll watch like Embedded and be like, I watched tape this week.
Yeah, I mean, I like watching fights, but I don't like watching fights that much to where I want to watch every fight somebody's done. Like, I'd rather just watch highlights of somebody or their last fight.
yeah,
Really, I go off of attitude and momentum. That's my main thing I go off of. Like, if I like you as a fighter, your attitude towards fighting, the way you act in the ring or octagon, whatever, then I'm probably going to choose that person.
yeah. I do like that whole detail thing that DC is doing. I love that breakdown. And
Fuck DC.
And even what's his name from Monday Morning Combat?
I don't know.
Luke
Thomas.
Luke Thomas, yeah. I like where Luke Thomas breaks
Fuck
shit
him
down.
too. Fuck him too.
Is he the only Luke Thomas fan in the house?
I think
Thank you.
Hey, I think
Thank you.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I don't like nobody though. You guys will find this out. I like you guys though. So you're one of the few that I like.
Now, why are you lying to these people?
What, did I ever say anything bad about them
Not
to their
yet.
face?
Not yet.
I listen to a few MMA podcasts. I check out Juices sometimes, however much hours I have, and I will listen to other shows too. So it's how many hours. I spend a lot of time in my car, so I'm like always a podcast in my ear, though I don't listen to music anymore.
Right. Very
It's not
seldom.
always MMA podcasts. I think yours are, 50-50.
I'm more in the 80% MMA podcast. Yeah, it's something that I've just been fixated on. I watched it from the big VHS tapes. I had Uncle be like, hey, this is how you do this, and learning rear naked chokes, and then getting into wrestling and all that other boxing and stuff as a kid growing up. Having an evil twin, I always had ready competition that was willing to scrap. So
Yeah, if you guys haven't been able to tell, I'm more the just bleed kind of style guy where I'm like, I don't really give a shit too much. I just want to see somebody get fucking hurt, and I want somebody to talk shit. Because I'm an old school pro wrestling fan going into this. So where you got
it.
the whole you love to watch everything, I don't need to see everything about that person. Just tell me the basic. Let me see what he does. Let me see his best move. And like see Dan Henderson, for example, he had like a finisher. You know what I mean? If he landed that bomb, it was over. So it's like a finisher like pro wrestling. That's why I like certain people.
Speaking of Hendo,
Pro wrestling. Do you think Masvidal and Colby is a work to get them both money later on?
I hope so. I hope so.
I honestly think it is.
I hope so.
I do too. I
Because-
think Colby was the work, and why wouldn't Masvidal play along and get himself some money?
Right.
Well, here's the thing, though. Because when they were saying they were best friends, they both agreed. It started to turn the fans over to him. He started becoming more likable. So he had to fucking say, hey, Masvidal, I need to stay heel. We can't be friends. We got to hate each other. There you go. That just because, what do they call it? Motive and shit to be hating each other.
Yeah. I agree.
If you're the best, you're like, I know I'm going to win my fight against Usman. And Masvidal's like, I know I'm going to beat Nate. That's easy money. Well, let's meet each other when we have these belts, sell out one of these arenas and make, all the dollars. I don't know. I think it's a good idea for, where was Masvidal? Like 2 years back, he was so underrated. Like the guy that would get no cred.
But to Masvidal's credit, though, he did flip a switch where he started finishing people and he didn't think this is a sport anymore. He kind of went into warrior mode, like this is live or die kind of shit. And that's what brought him over the edge. The aggression is what brought him over the edge. It wasn't his technical prowess. It's the fact that he just bum rushes motherfuckers and destroys them that way. When he meets up with Colby, it's going to be a different attitude because Colby has that pressure that Masvidal doesn't like.
But they've been training together for years.
That's a problem.
Masvidal went to Oregon State and did wrestling camps with Colby to get his wrestling to where it's at now.
Right.
And they were roommates forever. I mean, Masvidal put him up in his house, so they talked about this. They said they talked about this, and now Masvidal is either in on the work or he's really scoring.
Nah, he's got to be in on that work. You don't. I mean, that many years around a person, you really understand the person, and we all know Colby shit is a work.
Well, I mean, and the thing that he said was like he did his man dirty or he didn't pay the fucking trainer. Like that's such a generic thing, bro. Come on, you guys just came up with that. If it would be all over news and he'd be getting sued right now if he didn't pay the fucking trainer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but people just are like, oh, believe in it. Oh yeah, he never gave him money.
Jones is a former striking coach that was saying that John Jones on site, John Jones.
Yeah,
fucking right.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing with the other thing. He would definitely be more vocal.
Yeah, John Jones is a piece of shit. We all know that.
Yeah, we say it here first. Everybody's like, I hate Colby. I hate him.
We're Colby fans.
I like
MMA
Colby.
Marks.
I'll fuck with Colby.
I love Colby over here too. We actually have him in that fight.
We have him over Usman.
Yeah, for sure. So do we. Easily.
Yeah.
Usman's a bitch, and I had to use him today in the fucking competition.
So he's.
I saw that with the Steven Wonder Boy. But if that was a real fight, I would pick Usman in that fight.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to choose. Like they pick your fighters for you, and I was so mad, but I easily whipped that guy's ass. Just saying.
Is it on the UFC game?
Yeah, there's an MMA Twitter UFC competition going on right now, and I beat 2 people so far.
Ooh, la-di-da.
But these are all people that were talking massive amount of shit at first, so we'll see if a few people told me they think I'm gonna win. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Nice.
And if you want in, sorry.
So I was just gonna say someone who got a big win was the James Krause over Marlon Moraes.
Sergio Moraes.
Oh yeah, that fight was fucking awesome. Oh my god, dude.
So I gotta ask you guys a question, all 3 of you. So you kept calling me when I was driving home about Krause and Moraes doing like a jiu-jitsu thing. What happened? in that.
Oh, I didn't keep calling you. It was a Snapchat.
Yeah, you kept snapping me, but still, I mean, like, you wanted to know what he was doing in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, because it was like kind of a stalemate or whatever in a way. But I was like, come on, Ricky, you got to explain this to me. You know, I don't know the jiu-jitsu like you do. I was like, what the fuck is he trying to go for?
Yeah, do you know?
They'll be able to tell you. You remember when Sergio was kind of just like right away off the bat on him, and then he just was staying on him, and it was like kind of like he was like trying to like really snake onto something, but I didn't know what he was gonna go for.
His back.
It was I think he had like half side control or half guard or some shit. I don't remember specifically.
I feel like Moraes threatened a couple times off of the back, but Kraus just ended up grabbing an arm and straight arming out of it. But it was just really Moraes trying to get that initial.
No, I know what you're talking about. There was something right at the very beginning.
Right where he
that Kraus kept looking at the ref, saying like, come on, like trying to get the ref to stand it up, but you could tell that work was being done on it. But I don't know. He was laying like almost chest to chest with them with the arm up.
I think he's just passing. He was trying to pass, and Kraus was just like, he's not passing. He's stalemated.
Yeah.
And trying to get it stood up. But Moraes gassed quick there afterwards, which we had here Kraus as our lock of the pick night as far as DraftKings. And he really scored out with over 134 points. But he was just somebody who, against Moraes, Kraus has been saying he's only picking very specific opponents now that he's thinking about retiring. So that's the one to put money on next time he fights.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we both had Kraus also, and I actually had it dead on.
The hot 25.
Hot 25.
Hot 25.
Nah, but that didn't count towards our thing, right?
No, it didn't count. I wish it did, but it didn't. That wasn't part of the main card. That was the main event of the prelims.
Yeah. Okay.
So
that's what I was about to ask. Was it a fight pick championship? And it wasn't. It was only the sixth bout of the night. Preliminary headliner, I believe they call it. So
yeah.
Then we got into the main card where we had Wellington Thurman come in over Marcus Perez in a decision.
What the?
This was great. Grimy fight. This was a gross fight. I mean,
it pissed me off.
Yeah, I don't like either guy moving forward.
Look, Marcus Perez looked like he was just playing. He wasn't even trying to end a fight. He wasn't trying to advance. He looked like he was straight playing with the dude, talking shit and just playing. You're not in the gym. You're on display. You're on the big stage. Act like it, dude. Like, that pissed me off because he's way better than that dude. He's way better than Thurman. And he just played around.
That Joker face, how'd you feel about that at the weigh-in?
The makeup was awesome. Like, the character was awesome. Keep it.
I was
play with it.
voting for him.
Play with that character. That's awesome. I like all that shit. But when you come in the cage, act like you got some balls and fight. Don't sit there and play with the man.
Yeah, but Wellington was still kind of coming at him too, though.
He was coming at him with basic shit. And Perez is a kung fu fighter with spinny shit and ninja shit, as Nick Diaz would say. But I mean, Marcus was
I didn't hate
moving.
the fight as much as you did. That's all I'm saying.
Because you look at Perez and then you look at Thurman and you watch that fight. Thurman's like coming at him with basic level
shit.
It was Thurman, whatever. Thurman's coming at him with basic level shit. And then Perez is just like moving, and he's like, "Oh, whatever. I'll just jab at you. Okay, yeah, I'm waiting for this high flyer shit." And he never set it up. He was just waiting for Thurman to make a mistake, and Thurman was very methodical in his basic shit. And
it was way better than the next fight. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh
it was
my God.
way better than the next fight.
Yeah,
very, very true. So I don't like either one moving forward as far as I'm getting from you guys. I think that's what we're both reciprocating here.
I was pissed at Perez. I thought his fight style was sloppy, and he messed up my card.
Yeah, he did. Fucking.
No one better than that Hua draw. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Dude, every fight kind of.
Yeah. Now what's up with this? What's up with the prelims being better than the main card? What the fuck?
Double debut with the next one in Arroyo versus Mizu. That's crazy. Muniz.
Look,
Yeah, I don't know.
Arroyo, whatever. That motherfucker needs to go to a soccer field because he was playing like he was like he was hurt on a soccer field.
Ahoy, yo.
Ahoy, yo, yeah. Ahoy, yo, need to go
Ahoy,
back to
I'm
a
a
fucking
sailor.
acting class.
I'm a sailor.
Yeah, he was selling some shit, man. That was some bullshit.
Yeah, everything about that fight just fucking was ass. I don't give a shit about any of the first 4 fighters on the main card. Fuck them.
Get him out of here.
There was an interesting illegal, not so illegal knee that the ref actually came in and stopped the match for. Did you guys remember that?
Yeah,
And this whole-
that's what he was saying. He's
That's
an
what I'm
actor.
saying, because Arroyo was selling that shit. He wasn't hurt. He was just trying to get a breather.
Finished.
Huh?
He
What did
would
you?
have been finished. It ruined the whole. It was some bullshit.
It was some bullshit, but you know what? In the same token, I can't really fault Arroyo for doing it. If the ref's gonna step in, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna take my time, but I'm not gonna sell it like he did. He sold it like fucking Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo in a fucking soccer field. Like, oh, it hurt so bad. Fuck that. You know it didn't hurt.
Like, don't get this fight stopped right now. I
No
was about to
contest.
be so pissed. Like, do not do this to me.
Now, what the hell is up with Arroyo, like, getting a guy on the ground and just kicking his fucking legs? Like, what the fuck?
Worst fight IQ. That's where I'm like, I can't get behind him at all, and I don't really like Andre in there. It was just such a weird fight to put on that main event, but it was like triple substitutes on like 2 weeks' notice, essentially.
It was
That
so
fight-
fucking frustrating. So frustrating.
Put Barao D'Andrade up there.
Right. I would rather saw that.
Randy Brown.
Yeah. Put Randy Brown on that card.
He's a big enough name in my eyes.
Then we ended up having Charles Oliveira finish Jared Gordon with an uppercut. This was a quick, fast one.
Yeah, that's my boy. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Hype train.
What were you saying?
I was saying hype
No,
train.
her.
What?
Oh yeah.
She was
No
saying
one had knockout. Everybody had
Yeah,
submission
of
for
course.
Oliveira.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Oliveira was going to get a submission, 100%.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, you think he's a hype train?
100% I
He's
do.
just talking shit because he knows that's my like current favorite fighter right now.
100%.
I've been on Oliveira for a while though. I keep saying like everybody's sleeping on my boy, and me and him were arguing about this. I said if he rematches Felder, he easily beats Felder, easily. Look at how when he rematched fucking Jim Miller.
Jim Miller had Lyme disease, son.
True, that's what I was about to say. That's when he had Lyme disease.
Yo.
I feel like what it's for me is that Oliveira just quits in there, and Felder is.
Did
the
he
type
quit,
of
though?
person- That's why
He
I
didn't
thought
get-
Gordon had a shot, but I picked Oliveira. But it was still like the tailor-made person to beat Oliveira is a grinder who can fight off submissions. Because Max Holloway tore his throat open. Remember that one? Remember that brutal fight?
I remember that fight. I remember that fight.
Look, I ain't gonna get into this argument. I already got pissed off him earlier. I literally said bye to him, and he was like, "What?" We were texting. I was like, "Bye." He's like, "I don't get it." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm done talking to you."
Because he said that Oliveira is going to be the next champ or something to that effect. And I said, as soon as Oliveira fights a top 10 guy, he's going to get fucking smoked. That's just how it is.
We'll see.
I think it's top 5.
We used to say Oliveira had quit in there, but it's almost like he got so comfortable in his ground game of recent. He's really tightened up his hands. He used to have really shitty stand up.
Yeah.
But now it's gotten better. He has a soft body still. You can't do too much about that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Charles Oliveira going. Who else is in the 155 division? Is that where he fights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now.
That's Murderer's Row.
Right.
Fuck 155, yo.
I bet Kevin Lee smokes his ass.
That's a great fight.
That's a great fight.
I bet Kevin Lee smokes him. Easy. Fuck Felder, because Felder's not going to rematch him.
Felder ain't gonna
do
take
it.
that match.
Who would you have in that?
I mean,
Who's it
I-
again?
Kevin Lee, Charles Oliveira.
Kevin Lee.
Right. Kevin Lee.
Kevin Lee
See?
fight.
See? Who you got?
I'm going with Oliveira. Fuck you guys. Fuck
They're
you
both
guys.
huge.
Yep.
They're both enormous.
Yeah.
I can't stand Kevin Lee. It does something. It makes it hard to pick him, and I know I need to sometimes, but
Hey, me and Clout was the only one to pick Kevin Lee that last fight, by the way. So
Yep.
Look,
Clout9 and me, we knew.
Gregor fucking fell asleep. That's what happened. He closed his eyes for a second and then
Fuck
woke
him.
up.
I ain't never been that much of a fan of his.
He woke up. That's what happened. I don't
I
understand
wanted
it.
to change right after weigh-ins. The second that I saw the size difference between them, I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh,
Yeah.
What have we
yeah.
done?
So,
Then we ended up having Rua versus Paul Craig in a split draw. Ugh, this was
What?
if this pissed you off, yeah. There goes my hot 25. Rua decision. How is it not Rua decision?
Dude, first of all, Paul Craig almost finished that shit in the first round, bro.
Agreed.
He was fucking piecing him up. I mean, of course he was kind of guarding or whatever, but still was like, Jesus Christ, dude, he's literally just fucking going off.
yeah, but
Just rolling up.
But the thing is, Hua sits there and gets hit in the jaw like 3 or 4 times, but he doesn't blink. He doesn't waver. He doesn't. Yes, he was getting hit, but he didn't stumble. He didn't fall. He didn't.
Let me cut you off there.
Go ahead.
If this was women fighting, that fight would have been stopped after 3 fucking punches.
It ain't Macy Barber
This
hitting him.
is gender discrimination with this with these refs. We need to fucking do something.
Face planted into the ground. Rua did none of that.
Right.
None of
Not at one fight with Macy Barber that when she just fought.
Yeah.
She finished what, Jillian or whatever?
Yeah, Julia Robertson.
And she was standing up.
That fight didn't need to be stopped. I will say that. Macy Barber, it felt like she paid off a ref.
Let her bang, bro.
Jillian didn't contest, and Jillian shook her head and accepted that loss. Is all.
Yeah.
I think it was the right TKO, standing TKO.
I say let her bang. Let her
Yeah.
be a warrior.
Let her drop. Let her drop.
Let her be a warrior. Shout out to Yamasaki if anybody didn't catch
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to heart hands it up.
Hell yeah.
She dies. So
Good.
that was a super gross fight. Then we had the main event, which was another dirty split.
Oh my
Five rounds.
God.
I literally took a little nap in between some of the rounds.
I had no interest in this. None.
Yeah, it just neither one.
Now-
Seemed like
now-
they were trying to get it done.
So I want to ask y'all a question. Jacare, ever since he learned to strike, his fights have been extremely fucking boring. What the hell happened?
He didn't learn to strike.
I mean, good. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
He's not focusing enough on his specialty. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. He needs to get back to the ground, but once he's getting those shots defended against the bigger guy.
I think he was trying, but Blachowicz has a better ground game than anyone gives him credit for. I think he was trying to get him down, but couldn't.
Yeah,
I had a decision for this.
Yeah.
Ooh, one of them hot.
This was my hot
25.
20, 20.
And here's 2 extra ones for you.
Oh, that's
Because
in the
I
place.
picked Jacare and so did he.
That second
Ooh,
place
so
for the
warm.
Oh my god.
time. Chris get his first one.
Fuck all y'all. All 3 of y'all. Fuck all 3 of y'all.
I think next fight picked it's in like 3 weeks now, I guess, or 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
I think next time I'm just gonna pick all the opposite of Ricky so I can at least get some points.
Screw you and the fucking horse you rode in on, you motherfucker.
So is there a season? Is there X amount
So-
of shows we're going to do? Is it going to just keep going forever? How long are we running the Fight
So
Big Championship?
the idea of it at first, and I think that this is what we're sticking to for now, was we just started when we started because fuck it, we were like we've been waiting too long, and then we were gonna go until the week after International Fight Week because that's like our main event or our what do they call it in wrestling? WrestleMania. It's like our WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's like the WrestleMania of UFC is International Fight Week.
So-
It's the one they make a big deal about. And we figured everybody's going to be clamoring that fight card. The end of fight card is guaranteed to be at least the best that the UFC can put on. So that's why we picked International Fight Week, and we figured we'll have enough money saved up by then to get the belt ready and waiting and everything. So we
Add a jeweler, make a new belt each season.
whoa.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's only like, and I'm not like Mr. Money here, but I'm saying it's only like $200 or it's you can get a belt. It's not like the best looking belt, but I seen online you can get one like for like 150, 170, and it's custom.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like it's not like it's that much.
Podcast money.
What, and that's what I'm saying. Like
You can chip in.
for maybe next time, if we want to get a whole new belt or even something more, or even if we just want to do it, we can say everybody's got to have a buy-in.
Yeah. I think this one, the first one,
We wanted to see if it would work,
we'll see if it works.
and it is working.
It's working pretty damn good, thank God. But yeah, next time we'll probably have a buy-in, and I'm sure more people actually want to be a part of this because we've been getting requests left and right for people trying to jump in.
So I was going to ask you, how big do you think you would scale it once it goes into this like second stage or season, depending on what you want to call it?
Well, I think I would promote it before we started it, and then like see how much people are responding. So I would say, hey, because I didn't do much any other than like reaching out to people, and so I think maybe for like the next time, next year or whatever, when we start, I'm gonna maybe promote a little bit more, like a month, and then see who all comes in, and really, it's all about how easy it's gonna be to educate everybody to do the drop down list that we've been doing too. Because it'd be awesome if we could like just all use like Verdict or fucking DraftKings or whatever, but this tally, the way Backlog set it up on like a spreadsheet, it tallies up all the fucking all the like totals and shit.
So I mean, it comes down to managing.
He's about to ask something.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just about to say, with those potential changes, were the rules and or points going to be updated? Because it's interesting how the point structure is set up.
So what do you have in mind here? Obviously, you have a suggestion, so let's hear it. We're not like dead set on our shit, by the way. We just thought this worked.
Get more points if you get your fighter right.
The specific method, because a decision for 25 points seems a little heavy for a decision, where it's like TKO round number 2, there's extra. Like, that's a really specific thing.
No, because picking decision is kind of bold too, though, because then you're saying that it's not going to get finished. So if
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So like if you say submission second round, you still got 20. I mean, you still got 15 points if it happened in the second round, but he got knocked out. If you pick decision, you don't have either one. You don't get to pick the round.
So you're sacrificing an extra 10 points by picking decision, and we chose that you can't get any points unless you get the fighter right for that reason.
Okay.
But I mean,
I'm just trying to figure out how to get more points for my damn picks.
I hear you.
I'm at the bottom.
but like,
I'm reaching.
I mean, honestly though, I mean, I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to get into too much, but if you really do have more of a idea, you can always message me and we can talk about it. And like I said, we'll definitely take into consideration and try and figure things out to make it work best.
To still keep it easy. I do like how easy it is.
Well, yeah, for this one, this is set in stone for now. But like another suggestion, like Alpha put almost right away, was sometimes we don't know who the fuck like Marcus Perez. You might not have known him until you seen him in the Joker thing, right? If you don't watch that often. And so we could trade out, like saying, well, fuck that fight. We're going to all bet on Warley and fucking Randy.
Oh, I like that too.
You know what I mean? Like we can all like do a different fight. Like we could probably implement that now, but it's like
that would get a little hectic right now.
Trying to even get everybody to do it on time sometimes is fucking hectic.
We even talked about it with Muniz. Oh my gosh, I know. I was like, you're better than me, because I would have been like, oh, look like you and your staff got 0 this week.
I was real animate about that one, buddy.
Yeah.
Like,
well, hold on,
0.
Hold on. So I mean, I could have hit you guys up, but I don't want to bother you. Like I talk to Juice from Fight With Myself podcast on a regular basis, and so I hit him up. He was fucking complete polar opposite to me. I was like, oh, he got it at 130. I was like, I kind of want to like just tell him like, look, man, next time you're fucked. You know what I mean? And
I thought it was perfect. Like you were Switzerland about it. Of like, look, I'll let it in this time.
This motherfucker was Hitler about it. Okay.
Hey, look, I can see 12:30, even 12:45. I'll let you slide, but you go an hour and a half out of range. Get the fuck out of here. You 0.
Well, So I didn't tell nobody which side I was on or what everything, but I talked to Juice and fucking Kevin, Backlog Time podcast. I talked to
Super
both
positive people, by the way.
Of course, but they both were like, "Dude, just let him go. It's like let's keep it fun here." And then the thing is, Ricky, what really set it off to where I was like, "Yeah, we're definitely gonna let him slide this time." Because Ricky said to me, "What was the point of making a rule? What was the point of making that rule if we're not gonna stick to it?" And I said, "Oh, the point of that rule right there, was because I didn't want motherfuckers turning it in fucking 5 minutes before the fight and then having to figure out what the fuck's going on."
I don't care why you made the rule. It's a rule.
Thank you.
I'll give you a slot. I'll give you a pass.
Thank you.
One time.
You won't have to because that man is organized. You won't have to because that man is organized.
Okay, look, I fuck up. This motherfucker had to remind me one time. And then you guys were on my ass like, "Hey, where the fuck is the results?" I was like, "Motherfucker, I'm still fucked up."
It's more so just teasing.
Yeah.
No. But I mean, you guys weren't the only ones. It was like I was getting all these messages.
Oh, I messaged him.
Yeah,
I messaged him 100%.
Juice, everybody's like, "What the fuck you doing, dude?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm trying to fucking live. I'm trying to breathe right now."
I'm trying to make it through.
Yeah. Fuck that hangover. Get on your shit and add up these points.
Yeah, what are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing this for? No, but we appreciate the hard work because people don't understand, though. It is stressful to put it all together and getting these things going. So thank you for that because it does add a different level of fun to our podcast that we didn't always necessarily have. And now it's a brand new community we're getting back into.
That's what we wanted. We wanted a community of MMA listeners, podcasters, streamers, people that love MMA. We wanted a community that we can all get behind, talk shit on, have these interactions with, get on your podcast, you get on our podcast. We all promote each other. We all, like, all of our listeners combined will make a huge community. That's what we want.
Yeah.
And if this works good, we can have everybody in and do something. I don't know if you've watched like Bloody Elbows or MMA where they have they put everybody's picks down where you see everybody on the staff where they do their picks. That would be a good thing for us to put out of, to promote all of our shows. If it had everyone's pick for the main card across it.
Yeah, I just feel like, and I'm not trying to, like, that's awesome. But I feel like those podcasts probably have a staff that, like, edits everything. And because, like, I feel like whenever it gets down to the editing, everybody's like, "Oh, yeah, I'll get that out, like, fucking 10 years from now." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you
I
what.
already have it all together.
I say, it's hard for me to fucking even say anything to them because sometimes I'm like, "Yo, what's going on? Where's the podcast at?"
You need a diva. You need a diva in the show.
Look.
Egan Anderson gets Ricky Anderson.
Wow, you motherfucker.
Mr. Anderson.
All right. Fuck all. Okay.
Out of all fighters too, Megan Anderson.
I know. I was like, you son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to come up with fighters for everybody in the competition.
Yeah, we were.
I did hear that.
Yeah.
Are they all indie fighters like Roxanne?
I don't know. We were supposed to. We forgot until just now.
Yeah. Yeah. Juice would have to be Roxanne.
No. Yeah.
He'd have to be. He'd have to be Roxanne.
Warrior, of course.
Oh shit.
He flies him to a fight.
Juice sent me a voicemail or some shit on the anchor. Almost on Instagram, and he was like, "Yeah, play it while you're on there with Lab B and shit."
Okay, so let's hear a voice question or a voice comment from Juice right now.
Since I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
I've been so bad today. All day I've been off. No, but it was by accident.
He's got a prescription. He's got a prescription.
Yeah.
Give me a second to figure this out. Okay, I'm on Anchor now.
Oh God.
Leave me alone, guys. Oh, and we didn't get to play yours because we got yours Wednesday.
Yeah, we record on Tuesday.
Well, now she knows.
Yeah, now I know.
When do you guys record on Wednesdays?
Usually Wednesday we drop the audio at least, depending on how long the show. The video usually makes it up by midnight.
Oh,
And it's usually the DraftKings lines because we usually talk about those, so we have to wait on those to drop later in the week.
Gotcha.
Usually Tuesday night.
Gotcha. I whipped your ass in DraftKings.
Ooh, Everybody gets lucky once. Everybody gets lucky once.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, I did good that night. I don't even know if I got my money back. I tried to cash out. I think I did though. All right, here you go. It says, "What up?"
All right, here we go. Here's Juice.
Oh shit!
Oh Jesus, never mind.
I'm like a kid.
All right.
Whoop! I'll turn it down.
Ricky, what's up, buddy? What's up, Cheney and Emmanuel? You know, I'm thinking about these fights that we just had, and I don't know how to feel about them. Originally, I was like, guys, they weren't as bad as you thought. And then I watched them back, the fights that I missed, and I realized they were fucking trash. So I guess my question is, where do Jan and Jacare go from here, right? Because Jan called out John Jones, and he doesn't deserve a fucking title shot for years, dude. I mean, that was garbage. And Jacare, whilst he was moving up from middleweight, actually looked pretty good at 205, even in a loss, whilst not making it an exciting fight still. So just want to know what you guys think is next for both of them. Peace. Oh, yeah, and this is Juice from the Fight With Myself podcast, which you should listen to. Duh.
Duh.
Nice plug.
How did he have the best audio of the whole show?
Whoops.
It was so clear. I was like, is he here?
Look at that.
That's that little speaker.
I know,
Coming
right?
from the phone.
So I agree. No way he fights John Jones, does Blachowicz with those balloon-sized feet he has. He's definitely got. I mean, it's not Reyes is pretty much the guy who's gonna get the next fight.
I think
versus
Reyes
Jones.
should get the fight, but who's homeboy that Corey Anderson?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Jan versus Corey, perfect. Bore me to tears fest. Put them on a card over in Europe somewhere that comes on at like 8 a.m. They can headline it. Done and done, and then give me Reyes John Jones.
Who you think?
I don't know who all Jan fought. I don't follow him that well, but if he ain't fought Uzdemir, Volkan Uzdemir, let them bang, bro.
Yeah, that would be a good fight.
No time. That's actually a great.
I don't think
call
they
out.
fought yet either.
No, they have not.
Yeah,
But with Southside, where would you guys go? I mean, came up to 205, missed his shot. It was still went 5 rounds, but he ain't looking any younger.
Who's that?
Souza,
Jacare.
Bagman,
Oh.
Souza, Jacare.
Oh, sorry.
You got to just call him the nickname. for him.
yeah, I don't call him by Souza. It's Jacare or nothing. But
No.
so Jacare, I want to see Jacare take on either a returning Thiago Santos or a Jimmy Manuwa, something like that.
Jimmy Manuwa's dead.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jimmy Manuwa was and never was.
Yeah.
Rekic or whatever, Rekic, he killed that man.
Yes, he did.
I made so much money against Manuwa. Because I always bet against him. And anyone that's talking him up, anytime he's a favorite, I'm like going with the other guy. I think Jan might have fought him as one of his first fights.
I just want Jacare to win in 205. I just want Jacare to win in 205. That's it. Just give me a win on 205. And then you can slaughter him. But he needs to win one fight in 205, and I'll be happy.
Running back with Weidman at 205.
That's exactly what she's saying.
Yo, that's so messed up. I feel bad for both of them.
Weidman needs to get a neurological scan for real because his head is suspect.
That's still my boy.
Oh my God.
I don't know, man. Yeah,
I'm not a fan of Weidman. I know it's not okay. I don't like Weidman. I don't like Thompson. If they're all American, I don't like them.
You don't like
that's
Mr. Nice Guy?
hold on. You like Colby though. You don't believe it. You don't even believe in a little bit that he's like all American.
But it's like his shtick. I believe part of it, like, how can you keep going so far, like, where you're like holding up books in the press conference, but I admire any of that kind of shtickiness. I like it. I like the work. I think and I like his fighting style. I think his hands are getting better.
So you
and
hate
he
you?
talked his way up.
Do you hate Dan Henderson? He's the ultimate All-American.
I saw Dan Henderson at the end. And he's he's middle American. There's different between like blue collar and then like some fancy like guy next door. I'm the quarterback of the football team.
You're one of those people. Don't fucking with you.
I was gonna say you're crushing this man's heart right
No,
here.
I was just like, whatever, dude. I like American people, dude. Like, I like the fact that they're like nice guys that also have that deadly striking or you know ground whatever the fuck they do.
Yeah.
Do you like Sage Northcutt?
Fuck no.
I was a fan of Sage. Let's be honest.
I never was.
Consistent.
I'm like, oh, yeah.
That's consistent. Definitely.
I thought Sage was an action star that just tried MMA. He needs to be in movies, not MMA. That's where his money's going to be made. He needs to be in movies.
And I remember when like Thompson like first like whatever his first it might have been his first time in the UFC, but it was like his first big performance that I remember, and he knocked out dude, but no one gave a fuck about the knockout, or at least I didn't. I remember I was flipping out. I was like, "Yo, did you see that ninja flip? This motherfucker did like a flip." Fucking and landed like a fucking literally like a Power Ranger, bro. I was like, fucking, he's a superstar.
Yeah.
I was like, he's the fucking man. So I mean, I remember that fucking Thompson. I don't think about like a few like the one that just got knocked out by fucking Pettis or whatever.
That's actually what made me start liking him.
Right.
I like the way he handled it in the hospital bed. I thought he was
Like a-
charming. Yeah, he's like, wow, that wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Speaking of handling losses, though, the guy who handles the loss the best, which is Ben Askren, finally retires from MMA. What do y'all got to say about that?
Saw it coming. It was too late in his career. I didn't expect him to get as far as he did, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
I had him on a few fights.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do better in the UFC. I really did.
I did too.
His hip surgery that he just announced as well, that he has to get his hip replaced. I mean, a lifelong collegiate wrestler at the Olympic level like that, like, he's put in super grinds. But
Yeah.
all those guys have that same injury. Mark Coleman.
Yeah.
Both hips come out of their sockets nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to see him and Usman just go at it for a little bit. That's what I wanted to see.
37-year-old Askren on a long career. It was just too long for him. If he would have came in earlier, it would have been different.
Dustin Poirier just got his hip shaved.
Really?
Did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's not good.
Usually what that means is, and this is
This would be
proven,
like,
tried and true.
oh, but you know what? I do like Dustin Poirier, and I think he's all-American.
Well,
Fuck that hillbilly.
Oh my
that
god.
Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah, like whatever he is. Fuck him. I'm just saying that because you like him. I'm really not a big fan though. Fuck him.
Usually with shaved hips, it's a steroid spur,
Right?
just like the elbows.
Yeah, I was
That's
thinking the
what
same
always
thing.
red flagged me. I'm like, he's on the juice. He's taking some sort of growth hormone.
Huh.
Yeah. Usually when guys are like, oh, I shaved this down. Why? Because your bones are growing extra, because you're filling it up with extra.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I never even thought about that. Because I was like, man, I feel like I've heard that a lot. Like people getting their hip bones shaved. But it's like, I think you hear about it like powerlifters too. And
Yeah.
steroids, obviously.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. A question I also had for you guys. Out of all the fighters that you have hated, who have you turned on? Who do you now like that you first, when you got in, you were like, fuck that guy. And now you're like, okay.
Okay, well, first, before we start, I want you guys to also answer the question with like after us.
Oh,
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I think we kind of were skipping that, but it's like, you know, we're kind of both sharing this, so we want our fans to hear you or our listeners.
Okay.
So,
Good call.
do you want to go?
No, I don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
thinking. I'm still thinking.
So, Conor McGregor for me. Like, I didn't like hate him, I didn't despise him, but I was not a believer. Probably until he fucking knocked out Aldo, however you
Fuck you.
But honestly, though, like no, Ricky will tell you, like, historically, I literally would bet him, and I would always bet against Conor, and he'd be like, yo, Conor got this. I'm like, yo, fucking, like, even Chad Mendes, I'm like, dude, Chad Mendes, he's a fucking wrestler. He's going to easily whip his ass.
Chad Mendes in Tennessee.
No, but I'm saying every matchup, I was not a believer. And then as soon as I fucking become a believer, he's like, goes off and beats crazy. My bad. I was a death to fucking Conor. It wasn't my fault, but whatever.
I'll take it.
Cocaine's
Fuck
a hell of
Conor.
a drug.
Yes, it is. Holy shit, is it ever?
So who? Come on, you got to have somebody.
I mean,
Probably somebody I like, and then you were like, okay, he's not that bad.
I never was a fan of Jim Miller. I never was a fan of John Jones. But, I mean, I got to respect the technical aspect of it.
Adesanya, did you always like him?
Yeah, always liked Adesanya.
Okay.
Adesanya was... I love the... Because he's an anime freak, so I like that.
It took me a while to jump on that train, I think. Or was I on that train right away? I can't remember.
You weren't on that train right away.
Yeah, I was cautious.
It was like his second fight. You were like, all right, I can fuck with him. But I guess Colby. Because I didn't like Colby at first.
Yeah, he hated Colby.
I hated Colby at first. And then I kind of seen what he was doing. And I was like, oh, he's getting fucked by corporate. So he's just making... He was about to get cut. That's what people don't understand. He was about to get cut. Like, he was going to be in Bellator or one, and then he was like, you know what? I'll make this heel persona. I'll put on this stupid sport coat. I'll go visit the troops. I'll do all this shit.
Get herpes on my lip.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
and Colby's the guy that turned me around because... And what he did to Robbie Lawler.
He's also the guy that turned you on.
Well, you don't have to tell my business.
It's okay. We don't
Put it on the
judge.
street.
We don't judge.
Well, I feel like you keep touching me. Get off of me, dude. Give me some space here.
We only got this much of a camera space, all right? This is what we got to work with. But, yeah, for me, it'd be Colby. Colby Covington turned me on.
Turned him. He turned him. That boy ain't straight no more.
Who's yours?
Mine has definitely been good old Betchy Correa.
Oh, my God.
I hated her, and then got her stick and was
And then
like,
he saw that dance.
woo! Then so
Go ahead. Make your head blow off.
definitely Betchy. She turned endearing after a couple losses. Like, she talked her way into a title shot because she wasn't going to get one, and now is subtly getting wins in the UFC.
Yeah, I can't deny that. Yeah, I like Betcha. Yeah, I mean, she never wins me any money, but yeah.
Plus 200 underdog her last fight, so.
He probably bet against her.
Yeah, I bet against her on that one.
Me too, unfortunately. Unfortunately, the line swayed me.
Mine's a double. I used to not like Nina or Amanda, and now I like them both.
Nina
Like, them
Azaroth?
together has made them endearing, but them separate, like when it was just Amanda would always ruin what she did in the octagon by the mic afterward.
Yeah, she just needs to shut the hell up.
Yeah, but their Instagram's really funny, and they get drunk a lot and get naked, and it's pretty funny.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I say it like it's all the time. Sometimes.
Does she wear the lion mask too?
No, but they are funny. I've seen some funny clips of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're funny
That's
together.
bad friends. Friends shouldn't let a friend wear a lion mask.
I thought, hey, you know what? Do you? Fuck
Yeah.
that. That's kind of cool to me.
She
Yeah.
should have got her face painted cool like Cyborg gets it done. She should have got her face painted like a lion instead of wearing out that
she got to be like
screaming
Cyborg now. Nah, fuck that. She's better than Cyborg.
We know that.
I just mean the style.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate the face paint. I hate Usman with the face paint. I'm like, all right, kids, we're not going to preschool.
I love all the gimmicks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that shit. Or I love that shit. Let's say.
Yeah. You got to have a little bit of a gimmick. You know what? When we started this podcast a year ago, I was so against gimmicks. I was so against all the drama, all the bullshit. But over this year, I have actually changed my mind and changed my perception of the drama and the bullshit. I actually kind of like it now. It gives us something to talk about. It gives us something to
Be invested in the fight.
emotionally invested.
Even if you cringe at what they're doing, like fucking Henry Cejudo, you're like when I seen him fucking, I hate when he takes a toy fucking snake and slams it on the ground. It literally I want to fucking punch him in the face myself, but it makes me want to watch and I'm like, man, I hope this dude fucks him up. You know what I mean? Because I can't stand him.
I wanted Marlon Rice to hit him with a high knee so fucking bad, but it just never happened. Never happened.
I hope that too. I wanted Henry Cejudo to lose, but I hate it so much. I think it's so cringy. Now I love it. Henry Cejudo, that's my number. I like Henry Cejudo now because of all this garbage, and I get it. I'm like, okay,
I don't know. It's too cringy for me.
The only time I like Henry was when he took a shot at Nikki Bella. When he wanted, I was like, okay, you took a shot at Nikki Bella. Okay, I mean John Cena's girl.
He apparently is slanging it. Like, he's funny. He's that goofy funny where girls are like, oh, he's funny.
I don't believe
Yeah,
that.
believe that.
Really?
You can. That's what I'm saying. I'm with her.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that shit
I don't
for
believe
a
that for a
second.
second. He is shorter than me. Okay,
Hey.
he's shorter than me.
Nah, fuck the height though. Like just the way he acts and like I don't know. He's just like he's like the dorky little brother in every TV show.
Exactly.
And he's the fucking you know, like he's bitch on fucking basketball. If you guys know that movie.
Yeah. He's,
Fuck him.
He's American.
He acts like a little bitch.
Like, what's more American than Henry Cejudo?
Yeah, but that either
he's
way.
Mexican, dude.
First of all,
No,
gold medals don't mean that don't make you a pussy magnet if that's what you're getting at when you say slanging it.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? It ain't like they're like, oh my god, gold medals. Let me get undressed now. They're gonna be like, wow. You know how like they got like they usually have that pudgy little brother. And he's like, hello, ladies, and all the girls are like rolling their eyes. That's him, literally in real life.
It is. That's what I think too. That's a perfect thing. That's a perfect way to put it.
If you guys seen on Instagram the picture between Tracy Cortez and Rachel Ostovich, they both like did a little picture together. Henry Cejudo is in them comments at least 150 times.
That's weird.
It is super fucking cringe.
You know what's even weirder? That you went and looked at all the comments.
I had to because it was like Henry Cejudo, two others, Henry Cejudo, Henry Cejudo, Henry Cejudo, Henry Cejudo. It was. I was like, holy shit! How many does he do? It was,
Playing the numbers game.
yeah.
Eventually, we'll say yes.
Eventually, you have to.
Yeah. All you gotta do is hit Ricky up. He'll get you something.
That's right. I got you.
He got what you need.
He's studying more than he lets on.
A little bit.
Yeah, Henry, you can get any hole.
Whoa!
I'm talking about you. I said Henry hit up my boy Ricky.
Whoa! Jesus Christ! That's way far. Jeez.
It's not that far.
Yeah, it is.
He's only like 5'5". He can't go that far.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole. Oh,
They're lying
okay.
about all their heights.
Huh?
No.
Every one of them's lying about how tall they are.
Yep.
How tall are they?
Ponzinibbio, I've run into him twice. He's like my height.
Yeah.
And how tall does he say he is?
Yeah, I thought he was like 6'2", right?
Maybe he was a lot taller than me. I can't
He
remember.
was not. Because
It's in my picture on the thing.
yeah,
always
I
think he
took a
was
picture
short.
with him too, and he's no more than 5'8", maybe 5'9" if he stands up straight, but he ain't no 5'11", 5'10" that he says he is. No
Wow.
way.
Wow. Maybe it's a whole WWE thing like you've been saying for years and years and years and years, where they lie on their weight, they lie on their height just to get...
Tall guys do it too. They'll say that they're shorter than they are because it throws the other guys, it'll throw them off in the range, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm only 6'1" when they're really 6'3".
I think Michael Chiesa does that a lot.
Exactly.
Huh.
I thought I could say that.
You guys are blowing my fucking mind right now. I swear. Like that's why I'm like sitting here like looking around like, damn, dude, that's like a
It all
big deal.
matters.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
We have a thing that always pays off. If one of the fighters touches one of the other fighters in the weigh-in setting, like when they're at ceremonial weigh-ins, that fighter always loses.
Really?
Huh.
The one who snaps first, and not if it's a show like Connor, but if you notice, Connor's never the one, like he tries to egg the other guy on to hit him. But if it's ever like where they actually break or push their head forward or push, it's always the guy that pokes or touches or shoves.
Well,
The guy who shoves
You
loses.
know, we got to pull out ones that are gonna immediately fucking be wrong on that.
Like?
First one that comes to mind is the fucking damn, what's that dude? The something Hawk. He's like, and he just beat Kudalaba.
No, Chance Rencounter.
Yeah, no. He beat it's kind of the same, Roundtree, Khalil Roundtree.
Eating Kutalaba.
Yeah. When he jumped in fucking Roundtree's face like a fucking madman,
Yeah.
and then he beat
He
him.
does that type of stuff.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like there's one.
And he won.
No, his is like his shtick, like being the Hulk
Oh,
up there. Like
my
anyway,
bad.
Got you. Okay.
When the guy gets really emotional, the guy who like is legitimately like gets pissed, like his buttons are pushed.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you lose your cool, you're going to lose the fight. Yeah, you lose
I
your
felt
cool.
like he lost his cool, but I guess that's just stick.
Yeah.
Ian Cutelaba is a crazy
Maniac.
He's every one of the weigh-ins. He's trying to get attention.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you get paid.
Yeah, some of the people just walk up there and they're like, "Here, I'm all awkward. Let me kick my shoes off. Let me drop my hat. Oh wait, let me pick up my hat and hand it to the person behind me. Let me have them hold their phone." It's like a whole to-do.
I don't watch the weigh-ins that often. Like a lot of times I'll catch like the like a fucking recap or whatever. But like I've started to watch a little bit more, and one of the most recent ones I thought was weird was Greg Hardy. I forget what he did, but I feel like he like left on most of his clothes, and everybody else took their shit off. Like he left his hoodie on or something, and I was like, he's fucking doing a stare down with the hoodie on. The fuck? He like just took his shades off at the end, right before they like squared off.
Fuck Greg Hardy. He can go to hell. I don't like that guy. I don't want nothing. I don't want any success for him at all. Zero.
Okay.
None.
Let me know how you really feel about him, though.
Oh, I can go about an hour on that motherfucker. He can go to hell.
So if it was quiet when we were at UFC Fort Lauderdale, and our friend next to us was like, "Wife beater!" So loud. The stadium was so quiet. All I heard, everybody laughed.
You gotta love moments like that.
Yeah, I love that shit.
It cracked us up.
Yeah.
We were like, "Damn."
He's gotta expect it though.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. Did y'all see Ross Pearson get knocked the fuck out?
Rolling thunder all over his head. Oh, poor guy. I didn't think he was fighting. I thought he was just coaching.
Talk about a fall from grace, right?
Hey, we're all getting old. A lot of the guys that we looked up to are fucking dying. I feel so bad, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Pearson.
It's like some of them, like BJ Penn just got let go, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Great, glad you got around to that."
Yeah, it was a
It's
lot.
more like a goat getting finished by Jason Knight over the weekend. Seeing my boy Artem take an L like that was brutal.
Yeah, that was awesome. I actually watched that fight.
You did watch that
He
fight?
got poked in the eye.
No.
Didn't that? It was weird.
At least it didn't look an eye poke to me, but we all know that it was an awkward weekend for me. I don't know what happened. Did that fight happen Saturday?
I don't know. I didn't watch Bare Knuckle. I don't watch it.
I think I tuned into that match. Like I was like, oh, let me find a link.
Yeah, I don't think Bare Knuckle's a real sport, so I don't watch it.
I watched the highlight gifs. That's about it. Yeah, I won't
Yeah.
sit down and watch anything other than UFC, really. Maybe
I know there's
boxing
some weird
matches.
bare knuckle fights too coming up. Like they're signing all the old guys, like Bigfoot Silva.
Yeah, he just fought
So
Gonzaga.
Yeah, Bigfoot Silva versus
He got his ass
Gonzaga.
whipped. He got his
That's
ass whipped or by
Deadly. You
Gonzaga.
should not have two guys that size without gloves on.
Hell no. What the hell?
How do you guys feel about Latifi moving up the heavyweight against Derek Lewis?
Snooze fest.
Yeah, Derek Lewis is gonna kill him.
I don't know about that.
Huh?
With the size, Latifi's like 5'7".
Yeah, but Latifi ain't no bitch though. You know what I mean?
Ryan Bader will tell you different.
Damn.
Look, we'll see what we'll see what Derek Lewis got for him.
Yeah, the hot balls for him. That's what he got.
What was his last match?
Derek Lewis?
Yeah.
Shit. Who did he fight?
See, we don't even know.
Recently.
I know he just fought, and it wasn't it like not that great, or was it? Did he not do that?
Yeah, he's a boring fighter. If he doesn't get the finish, it's worst fights of the year.
What the
Derek
fuck? What?
Lewis.
Who did he fight?
Who was that?
No one knows.
The dude, short, Middle Eastern, bald.
Oh.
Balil Muhammad.
No.
No.
Barack. I mean,
Barack. Yeah, really. Go ahead.
Bular.
Anti-Goulart.
Bular.
Anti-Goulart.
No, Bular.
Balargi.
Because he's released.
Ivanov. Balarg Ivanov. Something like that.
Ivanov. It is Ivanov with his hole in his chest, with his booty hole in his
Good
throat.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because that's what he was trying to hit.
We're amazing.
I had his fan club trying to fucking come at me on fucking Instagram. I'm like, dude, you guys go hard for your fucking country guy, because like I guess wherever he's from, like somehow like I was on a post that was like in that country, and then they came over to my post and was like, and this dates back from a while ago, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, good luck on your thing. And then as soon as he lost, I'm fucking messaging all these guys like, yeah, what now, motherfucker? He lost.
Internationally known, infamous, buddy. Love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like with Twitter, with all this shit, like I literally have to tone down my shit talking. Like I'm more comfortable talking a bunch of shit to all you guys, but people are offended easy. So like I'm always trying to hold back.
Do you think anybody in the competition has been offended so far?
100%.
Yeah. But like, I don't think they'll admit it.
Yeah. They can't admit it.
Well, somebody that, if in case you're worried about it, Alpha, he's game for everything.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's just like me. Like I straight up asked him, and like I literally was like, dude, and I don't give a fuck. Whatever, it's gonna get awkward. Do you care about us making fun of your eye? He said, I don't. Everything's cool.
Yeah, I had to go up at least hit him up one time about it.
No, yeah, because I was like, ain't no way I'm gonna let this continue. Meaning, because I know how me and Ricky are.
Yeah, if you give me an inch, we're gonna take a little bit more.
I was like, let me just ask him straight up before it gets serious. And then, so like that's why I asked him, and I think I might have messaged you guys saying, hey, look, it is cool, because and then he talked shit on everybody, talking about MMA farts. I can't remember what he said about you guys now. What did he say?
Your big thing.
No, I'm talking about you guys. He said something about
what was it?
We're gonna be looking up at him or something along those lines.
Yeah.
He ain't come too hard over here. Love the photoshopping though of the big pink-eyed one himself. That was a pretty good one you guys were sending out earlier.
Yeah, that pink bitch need to drop. He needs to drop a couple notches.
Hey, dude, I love how intense he gets. It literally tickles me every time I fucking watch his dumbass videos. I just sit there and giggle like a fucking idiot.
Now don't you get some of that?
Yeah,
it's like, come on, man.
Like, I love that shit, dude.
Oh man, you get him riled up. Oh, it's gonna be great. I can't wait.
Now, I feel like the more we found that the more we put in, the more time we spend doing little things, the more reception we get back.
Yeah. 100%.
It all matters. Like everybody can, when they're like, oh, podcasts are like assholes. Everybody has one.
Right.
But the amount of work you put in, like the people that show up and, and chemistry that you have between you, and not to be politically correct. Comedy's dangerous again. It's like Richard Pryor times.
It is, but it isn't, because there are people like me, and I'm sure maybe one of you guys, or you guys at least know somebody like me, who literally are super offensive without even trying.
Yeah.
I'm that guy that pisses everybody. Like, if you have a thing I'm not supposed to say to you, somehow psychopathically.
You had it right.
Somehow I fucking know it. Dude, one time, like me and my one friend, we used to have, and I'm just going to go off on a random story, but this is so true and it's so weird. Me and my one friend had this thing where we were just coming up with dumb names. And we spent the whole day just like, I think we were like creating fighters or some dumb shit. This is years and years ago. And we were just coming up with dumb names, and we were like trying to come up with the ugliest name. We were like, Gertrude. That's like the ugliest name in the world, right? So I go to my cousin's house to get drunk or whatever. Everybody's drinking or whatever. And I'm talking to her friend, my cousin's friend. And she's like, whatever. I just cut her off. I'm like, you know what the ugliest name in the world is? Or it might have been like a Margaret or something. I don't remember. It's whatever the fucking name was. She just looked at me. She's like, are you fucking serious? She was like, my grandmother just died tonight and her name is that. I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here. That's probably one of my worst moments. I don't know how the fuck it happened.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have been like, your grandma's coming through. You just thought of her right now.
Nah, I was like, wow, I'm so sorry. I did not know that, and just walked the fuck away.
Beautiful name. Sorry, I'm a clairvoyant.
No, and then like I laughed hysterically in front of her, but that's just how it
In
is.
her face, not like with her, like in her face. Ha 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 ha! Your grandmother has an ugly name, like this close to her face.
Were you there?
Yes, I was there.
Oh my god, I forgot he was there. This is our mutual cousin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Whatever.
It's so bad.
Fuck it. I'm bad with everything.
Yeah. So
Self-governed.
so two things. Get back on fights.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
It literally is itching at me to just call y'all Lesbo and the Bean. I'm like, you're Lesbo, you're the Bean, and I just want to fucking say it constantly.
All of our oldest fans have that. We just started to have different sponsor, and then it became like, oh, maybe it's some people are scared to say it.
Really?
Well, see. That's the
you're
thing.
not
Like,
worried
you
about
guys are
it.
calling yourself that, so I'm like, fuck it, it's game.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I want to make jokes about it, but I also don't want to offend people that, like, so if I make fun of a lesbian or make a joke about lesbians, and it goes public, not every lesbian's gonna find that funny. They're gonna be like, oh, that offends me. And then if I say something about beans or beaners or whatever you want to call it,
Really?
what I'm going there. Fuck it. If I make jokes on you fucking Mexican jumping beans,
Oh my god! All right.
if I make jokes on you guys, sometimes people get offended.
That's kind of why we called ourselves Lesbo and the Bean, so that it was just like, we're fair game and we're open to whatever. Like, we kind of picked the second harshest saying that we could about we didn't want to be Dyke in the Spick.
Okay. Well, see, I may have called you that before, just not to your face.
That wasn't approachable.
Oh my god!
Well, see, I'm glad we went there. All right.
We're okay with it. It's just the monitors and all the other stuff. Like we get put in certain algorithms that get suppressed because we have Lesbo in the title. It's been proven. So we gotta rebrand, and it's just the evolution that our podcast has. So,
but we like that all the oldest people know us as that still. So
Yeah.
So what's up with the wolf? I never did understand that. Where did the wolf come in?
it's the underdog.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. I never knew that.
Used to be way back when it was like Leslie Smith. For some reason, we had this weird, crazy. It was like our first weird underdog pick was Leslie Smith.
Is that the dollar in the back or something you were doing the one day? It's something to do with Leslie.
Oh, that ain't a dollar, buddy. That's $100 bill.
I think Leslie Smith will be the champion. So we have like our hundies, and we throw up random bets, and if they come through, then we get to put them on our side.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I had like one day he just didn't see that Chad Mendez retired. And he's like, "You're wrong," and I'm like, "I'm not. I just saw it."
Gotcha.
Chad Mendes would never do that.
I know. So yeah.
Oh my god.
And we saw every MMA show had the fist.
Yeah.
That we wanted to do something, but to get everyone to your show, sad enough, we're like, really? You have to put MMA in the name.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's a lot harder now.
Yeah, like for you talking about names and shit. Like we had all kinds of dumbass fucking names, and just randomly MMA Marks clicked, and we was like, we're gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Cause we went off of like how we used to say in wrestling terms, and I'm sure people say it in UFC and stuff. But like, you call somebody a mark, or you're saying you're marking out to something. It has multiple meanings, but mostly we're just saying we're like a fanboy or like a super fan, and we like to believe in all the fake stuff of UFC. We'll take the storylines and we love it. You know what I mean?
Colby's really in a heel. Yeah, we know that.
We sometimes we just love just letting it all be.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, fuck it.
So, two things real quick that I wanted to get through. I think the anniversary of Hendo versus Shogun Rua is today.
These nuts.
I thought that was your boy, yo.
Okay, go
That
ahead.
was your fight.
I'm talking about Shogun was a bitch.
I think one of the fights of all time is Shogun Hu and Dave Henderson, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
like, unbelievable scraps. I mean, where do you want to start? I think that's a history. You could watch that any day of the week, and it'll brighten up your day.
Yeah. Yeah, we need more of them. Like, we need the Hendo Hua. We need the Nogueira versus Couture.
Izzy versus Gaslam.
Izzy versus Gaslam. Yair versus Zombie. We need those fights all the time.
Yair Zombie was sucked.
Huh?
The Yair Zombie was one-sided up until that elbow. That fight wasn't that good.
I like that fight.
When you talk about like battles, all the other ones for sure, but that I don't know. That Yair Zombie was good for that elbow, and other than that, it was all Zombie.
Do you think Yair beat Zibby?
Oh, are you talking 3 or 5 round fight?
3 rounds, because neither one of them has fucking cardio.
Both of their asses.
Yeah, neither one have cardio, so I'm going to say 3 rounds.
I think give me Zabit in that slightly, but that's a dirty fight.
That is a dirty fucking fight.
I will go with Yair.
That's what I'm going with. I want to see some like jumping, spinning kick off the fucking wall.
Nah.
Knock him out. That's what I want to see.
I'm just going to say he's going to be super quick with it. And I think Zabit's going to stand with him. And I think that Yair's probably going to be quicker than him. That's all.
Yeah.
Who would you have in that?
I think Yair's just getting bigger, and he seems like he's putting his combinations together better. I've seen more growth in Yair, so I feel like I'm leaning Yair.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm a Yair hater, and I like Zabi.
Thank God.
She's just following us.
I know.
Cashed.
That's good. I like that. I like that pick. I like that.
What happened?
Writing it down so I remember.
Oh, you're going to write it down? There you go. And did you guys see that MVP and Dan Miragliotta made up?
Ooh, they made up?
They made up.
Fuck him.
Both of them. They sat down, they apologized to one another, and they're okay again. They're not like best friends, but they're okay.
Nah, fuck that.
I still wouldn't have Miragliotta ref any of MVP's fights, but, you know, they can at least walk past each other without, you know, having beef.
He comes off as a bit of a racist.
A little bit. I can say
Yeah,
that.
I like it. I'm with MVP on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm with you guys. I mean, or I'm with her on that at least. I don't know about you. Let's hear it.
I would just say it was all super unprofessional, but as you're saying, you just can't have Miragliotta, even if they make up ever do one of MVP's fights. But yeah, Stain. But Bellator, what do you expect? That's why we don't talk about Bellator, because it's like, bleh.
Yeah.
Dirty stuff happens at Bellator.
Yeah, but like I feel like Dan Miragliotti's been doing some bitch made shit lately because like think about when he was and whatever, everybody hates Greg fucking Hardy, but he's a fucking official, dude, and he barely raises his arm and he fucking rolls his eyes and walks away shaking his head like, bro, you're a fucking piece of shit. You're supposed to just be a biased official. You're obviously biased.
Unbiased.
What? You know what the fuck I meant.
I mean, you're recording this, so you got to get it right.
People listening, you knew what the fuck I meant.
But yeah, Dan needs to check his ego at the door for a lot of these fights.
Nah,
he's turning.
fuck that. Get rid of his bitch ass.
He's turning into Mark Goddard. We can't have 2 Mark Goddards. We can't.
Yeah.
We just can't have 2 Mark Goddards.
Fuck Mark Goddard. That's who I despise. Okay, out of all MMA, I fucking hate Mark Goddard.
Hit that button one more time.
Yeah, don't even get me started. I will fucking I will do a whole podcast on that bitch. Somebody needs to smack that motherfucker. He's an aggressive fucking piece of shit, and he's got a power trip. He gets aggressive with every fucking fighter.
Who's your favorite?
Favorite ref?
Yeah.
Yep.
Who is my favorite ref?
Joe, what is it? Joe Trigg?
Trigg?
Fuck no. Probably that fucking guy, the tall guy, bald tall guy.
Eva Levine?
Not Levine. He's tall, motherfucker.
Eve's pretty tall.
Is he?
Yeah.
He looks like he's like fucking
Big Dan Mergliata.
Yeah, you like the racist guys, don't you?
Josh Rosenthal's pretty cool.
Yeah, he went to jail a couple times.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about he doesn't ref that much lately, or he just started back up. It seems like.
The alien dude, the black alien guy.
Nah, he's a white guy. I hate y'all. Y'all don't even know who I'm fucking talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be more specific than the white tall guy.
If you give me a second, he's kind of chunkier.
He's a chunky tall guy.
That's Dan Mergliata, dude.
Nah, fuck Dan. Dan looks older.
Yeah, he is.
Is it Luke something or something like that? He's not my favorite ref. Fuck it. I don't like any ref. They're all fucking bullshit.
Give me Joey Beltran. I
Yeah.
like some Joey Beltran.
Honestly,
With that big old mustache.
let's do no ref. We know when to stop the fight. But
Really?
Somebody just calls it. Just say, hey, you know what? Stop fighting, guys.
Yeah, so you get somebody like Masvidal on there who just won't.
I wish we could go back to the fucking times where we're watching two guys fight to the death. Fuck it.
Ooh, wow.
He's a little
I
bloodthirsty.
don't know about that one either, but
Fuck it.
He's a little bloodthirsty.
yeah.
Either you quit or you die. You can quit, but you a bitch now.
Christ. See, they don't even know how to react to that.
I'm sorry. I just got weird things I like. Like, I think that violence is cool. Fuck it.
Yeah. You got punched once in your face.
Hey, I was ready to go. Fuck it. I like I said, I like that shit, dude.
Yeah. The blood was great.
Blood. I can actually deal with the blood. I can't deal with too much of the joint manipulation. When
Oh,
somebody
me
gets
neither.
good on an arm, I gotta turn around.
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
love
tell me
that.
if, I don't want to. And the funniest.
See, I'll cringe at that shit.
Too, is Anderson Silva. Like, that had nothing to do with any kind of submission hold. I always turn around for the submission. It's the ones that don't get you. You're just watching a normal fight.
I love when Frank Mir gets a hold of a limb. Oh, I can't wait because he will not let it go. He will break it.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yes, it was.
Ew.
It was so great.
I remember he'll tell you, I was freaking out when that happened. I was like, oh my God, did you hear it? Did you hear that fucking shit snap? I'm like,
How do you feel about Esparza's
I was
elbow?
just gonna say Carla Esparza.
Her elbow that last fight.
I was
She
cringing too.
That elbow was broken. I don't care what she said. That bitch was broke, and that ref let her go because she's a girl. Oh, they got more flexibility. Fuck that. That bitch was broke.
They can't take as many punches, but they can take the submission holds.
What the hell is up with that shit?
Style her.
You can stretch them like pretzels. It's a pretzel hold.
Yeah, that was a pretzel hole. Fuck
Like
that.
a gymnast.
Yeah.
She was afterward in interviews like, no, I'm fine. It'll probably be sore tomorrow.
That bitch was probably thick, like
Yeah, she was like this
swollen
the
like
next
shit.
day. She was hurt the next day. I guarantee it. That's crazy. Yeah, I love watching them break. That's great.
Nah.
And when Anderson Silva broke his leg, the only thing that I didn't like about that is when you seen the behind the scenes stuff when he's laying on a table and he's screaming. That got a little iffy. But in the ring when he broke his leg, it was all fine.
Nah. I don't even, we didn't watch that fight together, did
No, I
we?
was in the bar at that point.
I was in Buffalo Wild Wings, and I remember everybody, and it was packed, bro. And everybody, when they showed that replay, it sounded like a fucking kindergarten class of seeing somebody eat boogies or some shit. And I was the worst one. Like, I was like, oh my God. The worst part to me, he's talking about the worst part is the screaming. Fuck that. The worst part is when he tries to step on the floppy leg. when he tries to step on it, you know that shit hurt.
Oh my God, he stepped on the floppy.
Oh my God, it's a noodle.
Oh
shit! The submissions don't get me. For me, it's the cut eyelids when they're like actual eyelid is cut. I think we just had one recently. That's where I'm like, ooh, I don't know.
Fine with cuts.
Yeah.
The separated eyelid though, where you can't close your eye. Ooh.
You remember the Houston Alexander fight where the dude split his eye across and you could see the bone?
The Marvin Eastman? I think it was Eastman.
Yeah, that's who it was, Eastman.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
that
you
was
could see his
unbelievable.
skull. It
It
was so
wasn't
deep.
I feel like I may have seen that one, but I don't remember it like you guys
That's an
do.
old one.
Yeah, it was an old one. I mean, it had to be like this big.
Yeah.
I probably seen a clip or something from his asshole.
So big.
That in Bellator, wasn't there actually just a shin break from a check from a shin kick over the weekend?
A chin?
A shin.
Oh, his shin break.
The same as Anderson Silva just happened in Bellator over the weekend.
Did it? I didn't see that.
I don't.
Tweeted it.
I stopped paying attention to Bellator. I was like, fuck it. I got UFC and fucking all this other bullshit I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't watch Bellator as much either.
Only gifts, only highlights.
Yeah, like
I don't understand why Bellator doesn't do better. I mean, it's not like they lack talent. It's just they don't have the stories or the.
Well, I remember when Bellator first started to get big, really got it was just known, and it still kind of never got out of that much. Is known as they take the old fighters and just fucking build a card based off of that fucking main event.
Right.
Ken Shamrock versus who? Ken Shamrock versus who? That was the first big Bellator things that I remember.
Oh my God! Do you remember the Kimbo Slice and the Dada fight?
Well, I mean, I never really watched it.
That was the worst fight in MMA history.
Nope. Ngannou and fucking Lewis.
No, Dada. They almost died.
Now
I was about to say heart attacks.
I will argue that's exactly why it's a better fight because
they almost died.
Because they put in more effort. They were actually trying to kill it, hurt each other. Fucking Ngannou and Lewis literally looked at each other the whole time.
Okay, I can agree with that. But I mean, huh?
Good point.
Yeah, they wanted to win. That's what they were.
Yeah. Yeah, they did want to win. So, did y'all see Roxy taking on Macy Barber's going to happen?
Of course they seen it.
Well.
That is not good news for Roxy.
Unfortunately.
She just reposts Ricky's thing, and you guys are aware, I believe, because I tagged you or whatever, if you haven't seen it. But
I feel a little bad.
Yeah, because I almost feel obligated to not say anything bad, but you know what? We're just gonna be real. She's probably gonna lose, but I'll be rooting for her like a motherfucker now. Now that she reposted Ricky's shit.
So I made an edit with Dragon Ball with Roxy and Macy because I think similarities.
And he saw that shit too.
So
I don't get into it too much.
So Alpha done posted. He was like, I think it's something along the lines that Modafferi didn't have a chance.
Oh, in the comments of his thing.
And I was like, amen to that, brother, And no sooner than I hit send on amen to that, Roxy commented and was like, oh, good edit. I'm glad you thought this. And that, I was like, ooh.
Look, I seen this shit the next day, and I took a screenshot of all that line of comments together.
I felt so bad. I'm talking shit on this lady, and she done commented on my shit. Oh,
look, I sent it to Juice the screenshot, and I'm like, yo, this is what I'm dealing with. This is my co-host. It's like, amen, brother. And then what did you responded to her like it was all good?
Yeah, I was like, hey, great, you guys. I tried to save face like, yeah, you guys should.
So I was already cringing for Ricky because of that situation, and then she fucking reposted it today, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool, but it's so weird because we always talk shit on her.
Yeah. It's mostly to get Juice riled up, but yeah. But
he literally just kind of I don't know if you would say he reprimanded us, but or he might have been just talking to me. I think he was talking to both of us, but
he knows better talking to me like that.
No, not like that. But he was just like, look, man. He's like, what if she? Because he's like, because she listened to my podcast before because she has or whatever, and they talked or whatever.
Yeah, they do talk a lot.
He's like, I don't know if she listens to all my podcasts, but what if she hears you guys? Or what if she? Because I talk about you guys a lot. She goes and checks you guys out, and then you shit all over her. I'm like. And that I was like, at first I was like, damn, that is a good point. And then I was like, you know what? We shit on a lot of people. So fuck it. If she feels offended, good.
Yeah, we're not going to have many fighters as guests on our show, I don't think. We shit on way too many fighters.
All I got to say is.
We only hate if it ain't great. We even, we like Roxanne, and she goes out and does whatever Roxanne does, but sometimes I'm not going to pick her.
Sometimes? Name one time you've picked her. Have you ever picked her?
I have, and it's funny because the one time we made an edit of Roxanne, and she commented or liked it or something, and neither of us, back then we were just making edits for all the winners of every fight, but neither of us had her to win. We made her this, and she was like, thanks, and I was like, I hope she doesn't look at her fight picks right before neither of us had her.
I feel bad,
Hey,
She's a nice person.
She seems like a very sweet lady.
Yeah.
I don't know how long you guys want to run, but I mean, I know we're getting a little longer than you guys probably anticipated. But I mean, I got another random question if you guys are cool.
Good.
Yeah, go.
So like we're talking about people like interacting with our Instagram or everything, but what's the coolest interactions you guys had with like fighters? Could be personal, like, or could be just like a social media thing.
Personal. We've gotten to meet a few fighters at the fights, like Jorge Masvidal was kind of neat. But actual online, the coolest retweet interaction was Israel Adesanya.
Oh yeah.
What do you do? Just retweet or?
Retweeted and wrote and then put my picture up on his story.
That's awesome.
And like retweeted at us. And it was kind of cool because, you know, certain of the fighters, when you're doing the edits, they inspire you. And he's so easy to be inspired by because I did a whole like Ready Player One because he called himself that. So I just did a poster and took out the guy in his and kind of edited it enough where it wasn't just a shitty drop on. And so when you spend a little time and they acknowledge it, it's good.
Yeah. Was that shots fired towards me?
I think a little bit.
Shots fired because I dropped shit on.
That's how he makes his edits. Click, drop, click, drop, click, drop. Here you go.
I might edit a little bit more than that, but still, yeah, I felt like that was a little shot, a little jab at me.
They're all steps, and it's just like some of mine are super simple, and because I don't care at all about the fighter, and I just call it simple, where I just drop on a picture and then I run it through one filter and it's up. But for him, I actually spent hours. Where I'm
oh wow, like, okay,
yeah. Like
I never
spent a little time.
I never would spend hours doing edits ever. But when I look at your stuff, which I've been a fan of your art and stuff for a while. I always like think to myself like, man, I want to give her so many ideas, but I also don't like. I'm always that guy where I'm like, I don't want to bother her because like if it was me, I'm like, and I don't know if you give two shits because I'll be like, man, leave me the fuck alone. I'm doing my own thing right now. I'm playing my games or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean technically she changed her logo.
That's what I do for fun. Is edit.
No. But I'm saying
that's
like I don't want to hit you up at all times of the day either. That's all. But I think I'm gonna have to start.
No, but I think yours guys' edits have gotten so much better since the beginning.
Well, that's because Ricky's got involved more and
better at it.
And people are loving Ricky's and they hate mine. This is me being down on myself.
What's the best interaction you guys have had with a UFC fighter?
Well,
some of the best and better.
I mean, I'll answer, but you didn't answer. Yours is the same.
Real life stuff.
Yeah,
but I mean, like, you don't have like an instant where you're like,
with who is it? Andrei Arlovsky, Randy Couture, all those Matt Lindland guys, all back in the day when they were famous. But yeah, as far as like Twitterverse stuff, yeah, I don't think I've had too many interactions. I don't like to tweet at fighters.
When you met somebody like Arlovsky or something, did you have any like weird like that's what I mean, like any specific thing that you were like, oh, that guy's cool as shit because he like I don't know, fucking shook my hand a good way.
Chael Sonnen coached while I was coaching at a different high school, but he was in our league up where we're at. So sat there and talked to him after his Mark Clark fight a little bit. That was pretty cool, and he was. That's cool. That was always pretty neat. So Chael Sonnen, a lot of people don't like the bad guy, but I always got a soft spot for him because he comes out from my neck of the woods.
I like him.
Yeah, I like Chael. Chael has the best mind for the game.
We were in like some bar area of one of the fight events, and we were watching people stand in line to get pictures with Joanna and Jacek. And one dude was like, "Will you do a face-off with me?" She went full boogie woman. Like, she went full, and it made me like her so much. Like I was just like, okay, I could give her take her. But it just was like she's playing a part too. And that moment made it so evident. And it was so awesome. She was all creepy and lurched over and stuff and took it really seriously. I'm like, can you imagine being nose to nose with Joanna?
That's awesome.
That'd be so weird.
I probably have the fucking most confusing boner.
Before movies or after or both?
I'll be so nervous.
That'd be both.
So, you want to go first, Rick? I mean, was it Roxy?
Nobody interacts with me. Roxy's the only person to ever interact with me.
You've had other people.
Who?
I don't know.
I was just saying, nobody else talks
He
to
be
me.
getting pretty good amount of love that he don't even realize. Like I had to tell him that you guys commented about Calabian.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm like, that's on your fucking page, dude.
I didn't see it.
I'm not good at the Instagram either.
Right, I don't know
We're
what-
trying to get better at
You guys
Twitter.
can literally hit me up on any social media. If it's not Ricky of MMA Marks or some shit, it's MMA Marks. I'll probably get to you within a fucking within the hour at least.
I'm not gonna say it. I just hit him up.
Yeah, well, whatever. My interactions started early, like before we even did the podcast, just because I was like a little fucking fanboy DMing people, like fucking, like a fanboy would. And like the first person that was like in the UFC that ever hit me back was fucking what's his name? The name just escaped me. Dustin
Poirier?
Not Dustin Poirier. He was a little fucking 125er.
Dustin Ortiz?
Dustin fucking Ortiz, yes. And the funny thing is, I didn't tell him. First of all, I sent him a picture. He replied once. I got fucking nervous to reply ever again.
Was it a dick pic?
No. So I was talking.
Slided into these DMs.
Here you go, Ortiz.
Nah, check this out. So I was starting. I was talking to people at work, and we were just talking about different people. And I'm like, man, Dustin Ortiz, he just knocked dude out or whatever the fuck. He's like, who the fuck is Dustin Ortiz? And I was talking to basically somebody that's a very casual watcher, and I'm like, I was like, you definitely know him. You watched that fight, you seen it. And then he's like, what's he look like? He's like, black or white? I'm like, dude, he's white, I think, but he's kind of got that. He could be black, but he's got red hair look. And I was like, dude, he's definitely not invited to the fucking clan meeting. That's all I'm saying. I was talking to a black guy we're with, but anyway. And then I was like, there's a basketball player I feel like he looks like, and I was like, dude, just think of the fucking looks like a white guy, got red hair, it's curly. It was Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good too.
Okay, so I will send you guys this picture to show you, but I put those two side by side. They look exactly alike. And I sent it to him, and then he sent me back a gif of fucking Mike Goldberg saying virtually identical. I literally shit myself. I was like, oh my God, he fucking sent something back.
That's awesome.
That's good.
I'm sorry. I gotta tell them about the time you called Paul Felder a Whoville guy.
Yeah, this was another early on. We was drunk as fuck here, watching the fights, and after the fights on Fox or whatever, Felder was doing his thing. He had the full cloak, like beard that was like real, made his lips look weird. I'm like, why does his lips look so weird? I was drunk. I'm like, what the fuck's up with him? I was like, he looked like them Who people. And he's like, and Ricky's like, what the fuck is that? I was like, Dr. Seuss? He's like, Whoville? And I'm like, yeah. So then I'm just like, fuck it, I'm bored. I start looking up, and I found one that looked like him, put it next to fucking Felder's picture. It looked perfect to me, at least. Sent it to him. I sent it to dude. Went to sleep, woke up, shit my pants because he said, yeah, fuck you too. And I was like, oh my God.
He took a picture of himself like this, like, fuck you.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't he?
No, he didn't send nothing back. He just said text.
Oh, just text?
Yeah. So then I fucking freak. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, I'm a fan. I didn't mean it like that. I was just drunk and thought you looked like him. And then he's like, nah, it was cool, dude. He's like, I meant fuck you as like friendly or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool, fuck you too, bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I got a few interactions where I just talk to these fucking guys, and then
Yeah.
I like freak out.
It's been a fun year, I'll tell you that. Just to start. And we just hit a year like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, congrats.
Congrats.
Yeah.
I listened to that. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks. Thank you. I don't remember which one it was. Was that the one with Juice?
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
No,
Yeah, it was.
no. On your year?
Yeah.
Or it was just us?
Was it just us?
I don't fucking know.
We
Who knows?
I don't either.
Oh well.
Because you had Backlog and Juice and just you guys. I don't remember what one it was, though.
We had
Banger
Grammy
went
back
out.
at one point. If you guys haven't seen that, a couple people who hit me up talking about how funny Grampy back is. He actually is a really funny guy.
Yeah.
That's one of the problems is I watch a lot of my podcasts on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or like I'll have it on my house while I'm doing other stuff. So those are episodes but I did put you guys on my Overcast, so I get it audio now too, but I was just video. So then you guys didn't post one for a little bit. And then I
My
had to go
fault.
down.
I be begging him.
My fault.
I be begging him. Don't get us started. Nah, we don't even argue about it. I'm just like, I just hit him up, and I literally am. I walk on eggshells. I'm like, dude.
Passive aggressive.
No, it's
to
not
the fullest.
because I don't get shitty with him. I actually feel like I'm bothering him when I say that. I'm like, dude, hey, by the way, we haven't had a YouTube video out in a while. I was like, dude, just click the fucking button.
Yeah, he thinks it's just here, video, click, it's on YouTube.
Oh, it's so tedious.
Yeah.
The YouTube is tedious. The audio is like a breezy to get up, but the YouTube, anything could happen on your phone. It'll just stop. You have to, sometimes the download doesn't start. It takes hours. Mm-hmm. It's like the longer the show is.
That's weird.
And I edit everything afterwards, so I get the raw data and then put in the intros, put in the transitions.
And I want to drag it. Sometimes it's not even attached to the video, so having to look at mouse to get audio right.
It ain't even worth it. It ain't even worth it. I was just like I'd rather put still images in and just put the audio over it.
I said I don't care what we do. Yeah. I'm just trying to be cool, but if you think it's way easier, just put the audio out. That's how I feel.
Yep. Oh man. So how long you guys have actually been in podcasting?
I feel like it's been years.
2 years now, I feel like.
I don't know anything about time.
We just
I don't know anything about your time concept.
Keep showing up. We went through a couple podcasting apps and just kept at it because we really just keep it away from our girls because we would just talk to them about it nonstop, and it's like, all right, let's just get it online. Let's just see what people think, and people have been really receptive and really cool about it.
One funny thing, this is nerdy, and I will totally call out he has a twin brother. And so he used to talk to him. None of our friends or family watched the cast. People do now, but we didn't tell any of our immediate friends and family about it. We just really went out to online first because we wanted to get comfortable in front of the camera and microphone without having to worry about it. So they would break down fights, him and his brother, and he would say like, I already said that. I said it on air. And so his brother would start saying, I said it on air. But he didn't know he had a
I said it on air first.
Yeah. He thought it was a new saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell? We'll fight like that. I'm like, no, I said that shit on air, and then it will turn into like, did we say that on air?
No.
No.
I'm like, you didn't have that person? I don't know. Maybe you did. I don't remember.
Hey, all I gotta say is I have literally pulled up a specific episode way back, finding something I said, and I'm like, fuck you, Ricky, here it is. I said this on this episode.
Yeah.
Got to.
It's fun to pull up old episodes.
Yeah.
So you guys, just a year, you didn't have anything before this. This is your first podcast.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. We didn't know nothing about anything. He was talking to fighters online a lot, talking shit to people, and we were just like, maybe we should start a podcast, Maybe we should just stop talking and arguing amongst ourselves in my living room and see if anybody else wants to join. So
I'm basically a nice version of a troll. You know what I mean? Like I'm not that bad internet troll, but I like fucking with people. I've been doing it my whole life. So, if I'm fucking with you, it means I like you type shit.
Yeah.
But basically, he had to convince me. I kept saying like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to do dumbass podcasts or what. You know what I mean? I'm like, and then I'm like, maybe. And then what actually convinced me, going back to the DMs, is when Mark Hunt replied to me and we went back and forth for a few minutes. I'm like, damn, dude, people fuck with me. I'm about to fucking...
Yeah, we were like...
At first, I was like, man, I'm about to put all the fucking fighters on here. And then I realized I don't give a shit about what these fighters got to say. I just want to talk my shit.
Yeah. It's much fun. It's more fun to talk shit than it is to, like, play to a fighter's ego.
I mean, I'm sure, like, okay, so if we had a fighter on just to shoot the shit, that's cool. Like, I'm not saying that, I'm against it. But right. I'm not really looking for that. And it's the same thing with these, and I know you like it more than I do. I don't know how you guys feel. But, like, listener questions or listeners calling in, I don't really need that too often. Like, it's not really my thing.
I like it.
I like it kind of, but I don't. Like, I don't want it to be, like, a part of the show. Mm. That's just me.
I don't mind it speckled in. I think structure's good, but I don't want to rely on anyone else.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to rely on anyone else to put on the cast. Well, like, it's nice just that we have, like, our breakdown now. I kind of know we used to reiterate the same shit over and over again. Like it kind of weird to find our groove with what we were breaking down.
Yeah.
But better now. I'm like, oh, okay. He studies up and does all this tape study and looks at lines and numbers and all that. And I mess around with edits and things and then talk shit because I actually enjoy watching the fights.
Hell yeah.
And I just want to announce that was not a jab at you, Juice. You have a great show, and the forum is awesome. I'm just saying I don't want to do the same thing. That's all.
Fuck you, Juice, and fuck Roxy.
She's so athletic.
I know.
I want it to be like this sometimes, where it's just something different.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. This is cool. I'm not like that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying I don't want to have 300 questions from people that
You can't get
most of
to.
the time they're just coming up with something just to give it to you.
Yeah.
yeah, just to hear their name on air.
Yeah.
Either that or they're just trying to be like a nice guy to you. Like, hey, he asked me to throw in a question. I'm going to throw in one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, do you even listen? Because you sent me a weird question. You know, I'm not going to call out who specifically I'm thinking of, but there are a few where I'm like, bro, these questions are ass.
Yeah. Oh, well, what do you think? You think that's a good place to call it?
Yeah, I feel good. I think that was streams crossed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm very, very experienced in crossing streams.
Do you want to tell all our fans where to find you guys?
Yeah, find us at LatB MMA. We're on the episode that's about to come out. Nah, find us on any social media. It's at MMA _Marks. You can find us on Spotify, Anchor,
Twitter.
Facebook. Twitch. What else am I thinking of? Stitcher, all the apps, dude. Find us everywhere.
Anywhere you get podcasts, pretty much audio, we're on that.
Except YouTube because Ricky's slacking.
Fuck you. And fuck you.
Dude, honestly, like we get more feedback from our YouTube than anything.
I'm sorry.
Like people hit me up like, hey, I was watching you on YouTube, and I'm like, cool, man. I didn't even know we had an episode up.
Look, you asked me to get consistent.
Part of ours.
Huh?
It's the smallest part of our audience, but it's what we've actually tried to grow over the last 3 to 6 months. Like where we've really tried to start putting an effort toward it.
Oh, I love the set that you guys got now.
Yeah, we kind of copied it.
Yeah, we tried. We tried. We tried. It was very
I was
hard.
like, yo, they got a TV in the back. We got to have a TV in the back. I was like, it ain't stealing. It's like, using a little inspiration.
That's a lot harder than it looks.
A tinfoil hat, Sam Tripoli. So we just mocked his whole set.
There
he
you
has
go.
a wooden set with a TV on it.
There you go. Yeah. But yeah, I think that covers it. Any social media, anywhere you get your podcast,
And let
MMA
them
Marks.
tell for us,
Yeah.
for our peoples.
Yeah, where can our peoples find you?
You can always find us anywhere at LatB MMA or LatB _MMA, Instagram, Twitter. We don't really Facebook all that much, but our YouTube has been finally blowing up. So thanks for all the new fans. Definitely been loving this competition, loving all these streams crossing everywhere. I think we're all building up. We're all coming up together. So definitely
Everybody's
appreciate
different. It makes it fun that everyone's different. It'll make it for interesting conversation later on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And, I just want to say to everybody, if y'all don't follow LatB MMA, unfollow us. Because they are the shit.
Oh, shit. Well,
Say it with your chest, motherfucker. Say it with your chest.
If you following us, you got to follow LatB MMA. That's
Fucking
just
right.
this is how it is.
That's right.
That's hard.
that is.
That's hard love. Yeah, we'll do the
Thank
same.
you.
Hell yeah.
Everyone can make sure they're jumping over. And we have some of our audience is kind of lazy. The weird part is we changed services, what we were carrying on. We have had a whole bunch of audience never talked to us before. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, I've been looking for 3 weeks because we had to tell them to reset their podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's still, because we changed over to Anchor, which we found from you guys.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah. Anchor's so easy.
I'm glad that we were able to help. We've been having Anchor since what did Kevin suggest it to us?
Yeah, from Jump. From Jump
Backlog
Street.
suggested it to us, and because he's been doing his thing on the Backlog.
Yeah, we hear horror stories about everybody else. Like, oh, this podcasting app, it took my podcast and deleted all my episodes and this and that. We were like, no, Anchor doesn't do none of that. Anchor's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a free Anchor plug, Anchor.
Exactly
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Hey, I mean, it's just the truth.
Monetize that.
Right.
Yeah. So
Well, it's fun hanging out with you guys.
Definitely.
yeah, are we hanging up, or are we just gonna stop recording and kind of talk for a minute?
Yeah, we could stop recording.
You guys cool with that? Just like just a little ender.
All right.
We'll go off air, off mic, off mic. Do you guys know Epstein didn't kill himself?
Whoa.
Hey,
So, getting into the Twitterverse stuff, some of the topics we didn't go over, we are going to just hash out real quick for this exemplary episode we have. This off the chain first one with the crossing streams. It was definitely a ton of fun.
It was a good time. Did you like it? Was it nice to have other fight geeks talk about fight stuff?
I did think it was interesting. There's definitely some growing pains going on in there, but hey, that's what you don't learn the move the first time around. You got to practice that,
It's all technical.
10,000 times. For sure. It'll only get better, but I did enjoy it personally. I had a good time. I thought there was some good belly laughs that were very genuine. I'm pretty sure most people can tell there.
Yeah, I definitely liked it. So make sure you guys are following MMA Marks. We know we said it enough, and everyone had a chance to introduce themselves, but I had fun. I hope you had fun too. So, yeah, let's get into the Twitterverse. What are we bringing to the table today? I think this is okay to start with, if you care. The UFC Livegate numbers that expect Conor McGregor to fight at least once during 2020. Thoughts?
I don't give a fuck.
I don't really care either.
I don't care at all. There's so many other interesting fights right now that Conor is just like, yeah, you could fight a freaking mop. I don't care. Just get in the damn ring. I don't care who it is. They're saying Justin Gaethje. I saw some fake news going out there today, but it was deemed to be absolutely false. So
I saw Cowboy and Dustin Poirier are trifling for this fight.
DP is
look
injured.
thirsty.
He's injured though. I mean, he's coming off of surgery. He's healing, not injured technically.
Yeah, he's coming off of the surgery. So
Not him, but I have heard that supposedly Cerrone's the number one guy that they've really been targeting for this fight against Conor McGregor.
I don't know. I think it's Nate 3. Both of them
Yuck.
off a loss.
Yuck. I hate it. But yes, it makes sense. It makes the most sense out of any
It
other
depends
fight.
how many more times he's going to fight. If he's only going to fight one more time, it's Nate 3 or nothing.
Great point. And Nate already retired.
3, look at how brilliant this would be of the Diaz brothers on the Nick Masvidal card.
That would
That's
break
good for
that
everyone.
would break records.
And it's brilliant for Conor because any fight he fights in for his next 3 fight contracts in the UFC, he gets proper whiskey on the mat and gets to talk about it in press conferences and shit.
It's breaking records. If there was half of that put together, it would break records, let alone all of it.
That should kind of happen, Conor McGregor.
You know what to do, UFC. We know you listening.
Yeah, so that's the Conor news. We'll get it out of the way because everybody wants bad news first. That's what I always say. UFC Moscow medical suspensions. Greg Hardy potentially out 6 months.
Is this for a hand injury potentially?
You know what? I was so busy looking up the news that I forgot to look up what happened.
I believe a right hand injury that he said he injured in that first or second round is why he wasn't even throwing it, and talked about it, I believe, a bit. So, yeah, there was a couple guys with some long layoffs on there. Or was that the Brazil card? I think it was the Brazil card.
Typical American. I just read the headline and I just moved on.
True to standard. True to standard.
Yeah.
So, definitely other interesting medical news. I don't know if it'll be on here, but Marias against Kraus, he just got 180 days. I think it's 6 months. I totally am wrong there. I don't know my metric system. So
180 days seems like it is 180 days. Is that even in months? 90, 6 months.
that's I thought it was 6
So
months.
he got
but
6
it was-
months too.
That's
That took us a long time. Sorry, everyone.
Marias, though, more for CT scans, neurological issues, because James Krause beat that ass. James Krause beat that ass.
Did you also see off that fight Trinaldo's calling for Barboza in Brazil?
Oi, Trinaldo. Of course it's in Brazil. It's the only way that Stallion knows how to do it down there, but definitely he looked like he is on the downside of his career, or is it still Bobby Green? Because that's what Bobby Green does. Like, he makes people look bad, but always is on the bad end of the split decision.
Well, he won.
What?
No one likes Bobby Green. They were like, I hate that beard. There's no way I'm going to let him win that fight.
He talks too much in the cage. Always. It's always his issue.
So here's the other thing. UFC Joanna Jędrzejczyk says she deserves female BMF status after George Masvidal's title win.
She's got to be the baddest father effer. BFF, yeah. That's the only way. Only way it works. So
unless she doesn't care. I mean, it doesn't have to, because I'm a motherfucker. Not
great
actually
point.
A mother.
Great point. Great point. You could be if you wanted to.
If we wanted, we both could be. We could be full of it.
So technically still works. All right, I'm just being a little insensitive here, but JJ, she can do whatever the hell she wants. Just let me know, girl. Let me know. Keep me posted on that Insta. You know, it's been blowing up off the spot. I hate all this other belt talk, but that was, of course, what was going to happen after they had this inaugural belt. I'm just waiting for the...
I love it. I wish they had, like, King of Kentucky. When they fight in Florida, I wish they had, like, if every fight had, like, the Sun Belt on the line with, like, some rad
Give me the
fighters.
cannabis cup while you're at it.
I want them to walk down with so many belts on their arms. They're like Versace.
Always makes for better photos, though. It really does. Roy Jones Jr., Mike Tyson, they didn't have one belt.
And then younger kids come up and
They
then
have
they
9.
say, Florida's my state. I want to fight you for that Sun Belt that you fought for and blah, 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 and you should put it on the line. Like, that's more fun stuff when you call out people for their belts. So it's more like you're taking a little piece of their legacy. Like, you're no longer the king of the Sun Belt. There's a new kid in town. I don't know, whatever kind of queer shit. Like, it's not necessarily Sun Belt, but it would be something cooler than that, obviously. But not that BMF is hacky.
So you agree with Jędrzejczyk for
I
the
don't
BMF
mind the
album?
belts.
So you're for it. I'm going to say, okay, they opened the door, not me. They're the one who played with the Hellraiser square, that Pandora's box. It wasn't me. They let it out. So do it if you're going to do it, because it's only going to be better promotion for them, honestly. They're not going to lose anything from doing all these belts. The prestige of the ruby belts that Cejudo holds, sorry. You're not going to give it more prestige. You can only kind of make linear steps, and that would be more belts.
And then if certain fighters call out other fighters, they can call each other out at catch weights and make, have a belt like... Not that... And this is the other thing, too, I want to preface. The same exact way as the Israel Adesanya walk and dance. Not everyone gets to do this shit. This is shit, like, you have to be that next level that we all could agree, like, that's a bad motherfucker.
You have to be in for 10 years at least.
Or just like a Mike Perry. Like you have to be somebody that we've all agreed, like you're this next level personality. Everyone wants to see you fight these next level guys.
Would Jason Knight be in that boat even though he's not in the UFC?
I was actually going to ask you back when, do you think that they would call him back?
And keep him in because he's in exciting fights regardless.
Regardless, and that's what we want. We're watching guys on 4 losing streaks that are staying in.
Which, that's what he was at. That's where he finally got cut. I think it was the 4th win in a row, so...
And if you look at it, he was fighting mad dogs, people on the come-up, like Brian Ortega's and Moicanos and shit.
Yeah, he was not getting easy fights at all whatsoever in there. And he just finished the GOAT, as I said earlier. I mean...
That is true.
You finish somebody like that, you deserve his place in the UFC in my eyes.
Here's a place in the UFC, or not. I don't even know if we can put this. This will get us pulled.
We're about to
hide your kids' eyes.
We about to get age restricted.
Paige Van Zant should ditch UFC and sign with one championship. It's a perfect match. And the UFC seemingly stalling on new contract for Instagram icon who has one fight left on current deal and wants big pay raise. That would be no problem for Asian Organization 1, which leads American stars for its push into the U.S. market.
Seller. Do it.
You're like, I guess I'm staring at that booty.
Get rid of her. I'm hypnotized.
I know we have so many booties in the UFC. I actually think Paige has built a big enough name that she maybe could make 6 figures in one.
And if she didn't build one, she'd just implant it anyways. Boom!
7 figures. That's what she wants. 7 figures. See, we're so bad with math.
So, she's not fighting. She's just teasing people to fight right now. So, until she gets in there and fight, I mean, you can take all the booty shots in the world you want. unless you're in that cage fighting, it just, for me, doesn't do it. All that hot girl stuff, there's plenty of organizations that'll do it with their tops off, guys. Like, that ain't hard to find.
Covered in mud.
Exactly, and jello and all sorts of pork and beans and whatever you freaks like.
All right. Israel Adesanya wants to embarrass Paulo Costa, considers Jared Cannonier the second most dangerous middleweight.
I think that's a great analyzation of him. Him analyzing what Cannonier can bring to the table, and he really is. He's put it all together with tons of power, and some people will say fluky wins. A lot of will say it wasn't, and I agree. I mean, he put Hermanson in his place quickly, and Silva's knee didn't fall out of its own place. He got kicked to shreds. It wasn't like he stepped on it wrong. Cannonier beat the living daylights out of those legs, so I agree. I think that's a great assessment.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way. You know, I love Israel. He was my hype train, which the lap Bs are coming up, everyone.
Ooh, on notice. You just been put on notice.
Just saying. That's the first time I'm going to say it, but it's not the last time. The lap Bs are coming. I need to make something up here that it's like creepy. The lap Bs are coming.
I like it.
And then one would be like, uh-oh, you got a case of the lap Bs.
That sounds like a commercial waiting to happen. For sure.
Okay. And then Paulo Costa back, which is causing all this rage, but I don't know. Paulo Costa calls UFC champ Israel Adesanya a pussy African, in quotes, alleges media bias and Twitter rant. And everyone's saying he's racist for saying pussy African.
Is it translated from Portuguese or did he say it in English?
I don't know, but I also am like, America has such weird race stuff that the rest of the world doesn't carry the same way. That I feel like the best way I heard it was, wouldn't it be just like if Israel said, like, you pussy Brazilian?
Correct.
Like, it wouldn't be him being... It
racist,
would be like,
right.
you pussy American.
He's in a nationalist sense. Like, it because
you
you live
pussy
there.
American,
Yeah.
you pussy Australian.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, nationalist, not racist.
Exactly.
You just said it the best. Yeah.
So, I agree. People are quick to get triggered, as you might have learned earlier in the episode, because it got hot a little bit. We might get in some hot water as it goes, but that's where we play. That's where we have the most fun.
Hot water. What are you talking about?
With MMA Marks, there was a couple times in there that I was definitely laughing as hard as I could. Just like, all right, that's an age restriction.
I know, and somewhere, I don't remember if it's a podcast thing or YouTube or probably everywhere, they were like really tightening up. Like, you have to make sure you mark things all explicit.
We pushed some buttons. We definitely pushed some buttons. So, and I enjoyed it. I didn't mind it at all. I wasn't offended by any of it, so.
Oh, people are offended too easy. And you know what else? I feel like the majority of the world that's not offended, they're not fucking on Twitter. They're not on Facebook crying about it. They're just living their life. It's just there's this vocal minority that's just crying about everything.
That's loud.
Yeah, so I just, don't be offended, everyone. It was all in MMA love. It was MMA mi familia.
Oh, dang. Taking it there.
Yeah, because don't you feel like the same way when we go to fights and talk to fight people next to us in chairs? Like, there's this connection of something that you might never see them again, but you're Insta friends because of how much you're both fellow geeks to be at this place watching these fights.
Dare I say I feel that with fans where I'm like, what, you're a fan? I feel like there's this connection.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Anyways, back to the Twitterverse. Which it's no surprise. Darren Till reveals he was blind drunk calling out Yoel Romero after UFC 244 win.
Definitely a young man who is still loving the limelight. He has multiple baby mamas, from what I understand, or babies. I could be wrong on baby mamas, but either way, he's having a piss with the friends after a good win. But interesting at just how high level of an athlete he is and how vocal he is when he's there. But we've seen it before. It's not surprising. I mean, We've seen many guys. Diego Sanchez at the award ceremony, blind drunk, getting an award saying, like, we did it. We did it, like you do.
Yeah, and I think it was afterward. I don't think it was during a press conference.
No, by far. He tweeted it afterwards.
Tweeted something
out. I just, not surprised.
Yeah.
The reaction was fun of him waking up in the morning being like,
oh shit.
He replied,
that GIF.
I'm out.
GIF. Whoever, whatever. People are like, it's GIF. And I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to say that.
That's a peanut butter. We've been through this.
I know. This one's for Juice, Fighting With Myself podcast. MMA, it's a sport and it's entertainment. That's what Roxy Modafferi says.
Great point. And that's been more proven as of late than ever before, where we've seen people get these title shots because of just their mouth. And they stay up in the high rankings because just getting that title shot, it just gives them a level of credibility that sometimes the skills aren't there. So it's absolutely true. It's interesting how some people use the voice jurist stuff and other people go on the interwebs, like Roxanne Modafferi being one of those internet ninjas and definitely using the streaming and all of the other younger aspects, which we're seeing in Adesanya and all these guys be like, anime, that's my life. Like the champ right now is an anime guy. And I don't think you could have said that 10 years ago.
Yeah. Maybe it was just type of person, though. Like, nerds weren't... I don't know if it's necessarily young, because anime has been around for a long time.
Good point.
It's just the type of person now that's a fighter. It used to just be like, you could only be a badass. Like, I like fast cars and fast women. Now it's okay to say you're, like, nerded out on Comic-Con and Spider-Man.
Totally.
Like,
and
Anderson Silva may have brought all that in.
Well, Angela Hill dresses up for Comic-Con all the time as well. There's multiple fighters that are known to be, Avenger fans and all that, and it's good. It makes
I'm totally hardcore. I know Ricky kept saying, like, he was the one all into it. That would be where I totally am. Like, I am such a nerd about all that kind of stuff, where this kind of thing with fighters, like, that's probably why I like Adesanya so much, even with his last style bender thing and his gimmicks of doing all that, and then he looks like he's impregnating a cow. But anyways, I like Roxanne, but I think characters are important. Colby Covington, we talked about it a lot on the
right. And as much as you have those polarizing figures as the Colbys or the altruistic, supposedly Hughes, when he was known to be a good guy, you also have these side characters. You have people like Roxanne that aren't at the top; they're in the middle, but they're wound up in there. Mikey Brown, the coach, he's got his own little following on his own. Faraz Zahabi, like, not only fighters, but even people connected are starting to build careers with all of this platform. And it's, what a world we live in.
Do you think Faraz Zahabi needed Kevin Lee for a resurrection, or do you think he was fine?
I think he was fine with GSP. Still with GSP training as much as he does there, he's essentially like a water park. It's like, buy a ticket. Yeah, you'll get to train with GSP on the mats. Let's go. Come on, get in and pay the ticket.
Yeah, that's true. He's like Shamu at SeaWorld.
Get in the cage GSP. All right.
Okay. We talked a little bit about it on the cross stream. Latifi versus Derek Lewis for Latifi's first fight at heavyweight.
I absolutely hate it. Everybody thinks Lewis is going to win, and I think rightfully so. Latifi is one of these guys that's moving up in weight, like we've seen at 205 specifically for a resurrection. But he's one of these guys that should have done a cannoneer and moved down instead of up. It just doesn't make sense. He's injured. He's had back injuries. He's had multiple knee and shoulder injuries. Moving up in weight isn't going to help his already lacking gas tank that we've seen falter.
Don't you think
times.
It was like good for DC? Don't you think he has that short man body style? And he might be faster. And it could help his cardio. And you were just saying the other day, I don't know if you said it on the cross stream, like everything's a blur.
Sure. It was a late one.
Hold on, I'll remember. I know you were like, it was late when I was like, oh, it was late. Latifi,
DC, the short man.
Yeah, but you said something about heavyweight being faster, but something else we were talking about. Anyways, I can't remember at all. Do you have anything else to say about this?
Other than it doesn't make any sense at all whatsoever, and Latifi is like on a 3 or 4 fight losing streak, and I think he's trying to again resurrect that.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Please.
The heavyweights don't go down to the ground as much.
Right.
So if they don't go to the ground as much, like the same as Derek Lewis, he had a back surgery that he needed to get for 3 years.
True. Great point.
Maybe the same thing. I don't know. I was just questioning it because I'm not a huge Latifi fan, but I know you like him, so.
Definitely, and I have fallen off that train big time. He's a politician as his day job now. So, yeah, if you don't like that split career stuff, he's doing real type work for his country.
So you got Derek Lewis all day in that?
All day. All day.
Like
Latifi's
right
going to
now,
probably step away.
Second round KO.
If not first. But it's just going to be way too much size he's giving up. Latifi is 5'8", if not shorter. No way. It just doesn't make sense.
He's so little compared to Derek Lewis.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And he's just not looked good. He's been hurt for every fight. So moving up in weight doesn't make him less hurt. It just puts more weight on him.
Yeah. It's an interesting fight. It's weird. It's weird.
It's weird. That's what it's weird.
So stepping away from the UFC, it sounds like Luke Rockhold, and I just thought these are all funny quotes, so I pulled them. Luke Rockhold, I lost the passion and hunger for fighting. Luke Rockhold, right now I'm just happy not fighting. And then free of political bullshit in the UFC, happy. Luke Rockhold doesn't foresee a return to MMA. And I just... he is happy not fighting.
He's hanging out with models on a boat with cologne shoots.
Being sexy.
Exactly. He definitely can do other stuff in his life. And hey, he's done a lot. He had the belt for a little while. Short while. But either way, he had the belt, or at least challenged for it. He's got nothing left. There's no matchups for Rockhold that I'm like, I have to see that for him. If he steps away, I'd be like, cool, dude. You did a lot. You did a lot that a lot of people didn't.
Yeah, he did do a lot. When I first started watching UFC, I loved Luke Rockhold. Yeah. He's for the casuals. Luke Rockhold for the casuals. That would be a fun poster.
Polo, you're welcome. Yeah. Ralph Lauren, you're welcome. Advertising.
Casual wear. Polo casual wear.
Luke Rockhold. Le casual.
Yeah, because he is. That's what when you first start watching, you're like, whoa, there's a good-looking guy doing this?
Yo no una mano palo costa.
The first fighter I ever in my life recall being like, huh. I mean, what? Now I can't even remember his name. That guy with the big belly, and he fights in Bellator now.
Big Country?
Yeah. He was the first fighter that I was like, what?
He's a fighter?
What is happening? Before, I don't have any more Twitterverse stuff. Do you have anything you want to throw in?
There was nothing that came up that was super interesting. I feel like we covered it all. It is going to be one of those slower weekends finally.
Yeah, take some time off. Spend time with your lovies.
Definitely. There is time to get some holiday time in. Whatever that means to you. Spend time with whoever you can.
This is my birthday eve show.
Ooh.
Yeah, just saying.
Happy birthday, Cheney.
Thank you. Early birthday. And I wanted, before we go, to just congratulate Clout9 and Grampy Back, who tied for first place in the Fight Pick Championships this week in São Paulo.
Wow, that's a lot nicer than things I have to say.
São Paulo. I just like saying that now because I put San Paulo, but I didn't on purpose. It spell corrected to it on one of my, but I was so busy like making it that I realized I was like, that I had to make it the screen super light so you couldn't see it on the playback. Anyways, I just wanted to wish them, or wish them a happy birthday. No, I wanted to congratulate them on their win because it wouldn't be fair if we didn't, because we congratulate everybody else who wins.
Do you have any of the other Fight Pick Championships? I don't feel like we got super heavy into them with our crossing streams. To just give a rundown.
On the show, the last week, Grampy Back and Clout9, Clout9, he snuck in. Oh, the big pink machine. Grampy Back and Clout9 won with 60 points. I came in second with 55. Woo-hoo, I would have killed them, but they might have had Hua too. Everybody might have got. But that hot 25. I don't know if anyone else would have had a decision, which I had. So I don't know if anyone else would have gotten the hot 25. But second place, me, Dark Smokes got 45 points. The Big Pink Machine got 45 points. Pure Evil MMA got 35. Juice Fighting With Myself Pod got 25. Buddy MMA Marks 20. Backlog Time 15. Sometimes it happens. Zol tonight 10. But guess what? At least you're not on the rock bottom.
Oh, at least there's a cushion. At least I got a little cushion under me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's egregious though. It's egregious.
I didn't even know it was possible for you to get that low.
Oh, I'm the hot 25. I had Hua for 25 points that I got cheated at. Cheated.
It was bullshit. I thought, oh, okay, you'll just be right in the middle.
Yeah,
You're
right
fine.
in the middle.
Fine,
I'll
fine,
be
fine,
all
fine,
right.
fine. And at the bottom, number 9, Ricky, rounding it up with 5 points. Ricky MMA Marks. I feel like I had a 5-point week.
Hey, I can only go up from here.
Yeah, there's, well, you could end up at the bottom.
Don't put that evil on me. Don't put that evil on me. You're doing crazy. Don't say that out loud. You're going to give me to Ricky's spy. He deserves to be down there, not me.
And then here's the ending tally of week 7. World Winning Federation has 355. The Big Pink Machine again. Cloud9, aka JV, 320. I have a 3rd place now. We swap spots.
Woo! Doing a little switching.
I got 275. You have 4th place. So you took a little punch in the gut, but you still have such a solid score. You're still 4th place.
Jeremy Stevens, I'm staying alive against Yair right now.
In the middle, 240. Then Buddy is 5th place with 235. It's getting stacked except for that big jump that Eye Patch has. Then Juice has 200. The Juicer, clever name. And it's weird because 6s, I cut everyone else off. If you're not in 6th or above, because it would have just messed up, you wouldn't been able to see it. If you're not, you don't even get on the TV.
Oh, you don't earn the spot on the TV.
No.
Yeah, you gotta earn your place around here.
It's 6 or above. So Juice and Grampy Back and Backlog are all tied for 200. So week 7, that is the end of the Fight Pick Championships. And we did find out, you were just telling me, we talked a little bit about it, that they're going to end.
The official championships is going to run until International Fight Week, which is January, July timeframe. So that's when this season officially will be over. Then we're going to, interestingly enough, see where it goes. But now there's an official date because that was a curious, or one of those inquiries that we had that we needed to get clarification just to know whether this is a 5-rounder or a 3-rounder, because I was shooting my load. I was getting that first round knockout.
Are you going to be Kevin Lee or Tony Ferguson? You better ask somebody.
Exactly. Now I know. All right, the long game.
It's the long game. Are you going to be Colby Covington? Just kidding. Yeah, so I would tell you to restream and make sure you're clicking your restream. Update your podcast. If you're listening to this and you'd wonder why you're not finding it or it's hard to find, delete your old stream, download a fresh new stream of Lat B. You need to, because we updated streams and a lot of you aren't finding us still, and we miss you.
We do. We'll find ya.
So
definitely have a happy birthday. Let me.